Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Game Station podcast, as always, and we are, for the most part, it would appear on time, which is great, which means something else is going to go horribly wrong. That's pretty much a guarantee. There's a reason why we delay all our shows, folks, it's because we want to get it just right, just for you.
It's true.
It takes a lot of time to pre-prepare a show like this.
We're like Blizzard, and this show is like Diablo.
Yeah. It takes so much time that we have to pre-prepare it. It's not just good enough to prepare it, we have to prepare the preparation.
Yes,
prior.
Everybody's really anticipating it, and then they're let down every single week.
I have got some swords and stuff to sell if you guys want them. This is like Diablo. I've got just a pile of weaponry.
I mean, to be fair, this isn't even like Diablo. This is just Jesse shilling again, which is...
That's how I was in Diablo. Look, I got a yellow thing if you want it.
Do you want this yellow thing?
Powerful.
Because I promise you it's worth your while.
Pretty great, guys. You're gonna love it.
Tis true.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Okay. We are the Game Station podcast. We occasionally talk about video games. Dodger, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello. I am sick. This is also caffeine-free week on my channels.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So...
I'd like to think the two are connected.
No, I was sick before. I was sick on my way back from Paris, and now I haven't had any migraines or anything. Everybody thought I couldn't do it.
That's what happens when you go...
I got the Parisian flu.
Paris is a dirty city, man. It really, really is.
I live in a dirty city.
That's
I
fair.
feel like
You live in
feel
LA,
like
so
maybe
Paris by
it
comparison,
didn't
probably
affect
not
me.
so bad.
Yeah, Paris seemed amazing, just so beautiful and full of life.
Clean air. Yeah, the clean air of Paris.
Just like
gave
step
you an
off. I'm like,
infection.
You can see further than 25 feet on the average day.
so yeah, doing pretty well. I'm holding strong. So this is day 4 as we go through the 3rd through the 9th. So it's going pretty well so far. I've been drinking a lot of water. And, okay, here's the thing that's great, is that I get tired really early, but I've been waking up really early. So then I have all this time in the morning to be useless for longer before I work.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been for me. I've actually been waking up in AM. It was all thanks, and I say thanks to this whole green card interview that was at like 7 in the morning. So I essentially just didn't sleep prior to it, which was a great idea. It really was. Like, you're going to the most nerve-wracking interview of your life. It's like, you know what would be good? Not sleeping at all for 36 hours prior to that. That sounds like a fantastic plan. But after that, it screwed my sleep schedule out so that I wake up in AM now. I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel comfortable with it.
More time to play Blood Bowl.
That is very true. Lots of practice.
Yeah.
A lot of practice.
We all do so well
at
that game.
Yep, it's not like I've been playing 40 or 50 games against hard AI Amazon teams in preparation for our forthcoming match or anything. Jesse, welcome to the show.
No!
That's going to be an amazing game.
It's gonna... No. Okay, look.
Hey, I get you in week 3,
go.
Jesse. You best be ready.
This is gonna be
I am.
a great story because I'm gonna get stomped my first match, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna rise from the ashes, and I'm gonna go to the semifinals and become the most passable Blood Bowl player. That is my goal. As long as I get to the semifinals, I completed my goal.
You have a much higher, more lofty goal than I do. My goal is to show up every week.
You'll have difficulty achieving that. So,
all right. Well, you're gonna have to lose two games because my wood elves are going to stomp you. They're wonderful.
Wood elves are not known to stomp anyone. They're really bad at that.
No, they will caress you with their feet, with the soles of their feet. They will caress you lovingly.
Okay.
Yep, that's pretty much the Wood Elves in a nutshell. Good lord.
Hi, everybody.
I
am. Is anyone else freaked out by just the eyes and the silence of Criken?
Yeah. That was kind of what we brought him on the show for. It seemed to do the job. Those hoping to see the face of Criken, you cannot look upon the face of Criken. At least not yet.
This is the face of Criken. This is Miguel. He's been my avatar for a while. I think I made him in All Points Bulletin like a year and some ago. He's like, everyone always tries to make the most attractive character possible. So I just set about with the opposite goal in mind, and I came up with this beautiful
It's good.
figure right here.
Still
and,
better looking than any character in Oblivion, right?
yeah, potato sack heads. Yeah, I like him though. Miguel's got a lot of soul.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There's a lot of feeling behind those eyes.
oh yeah,
Definitely.
those eyes. You should see him in
I don't
game.
think
He just
so.
looks soulful.
I don't. I'm gonna say the opposite. Those eyes, when you look at them,
soulless.
are dead inside.
Is
yeah,
serial
they're
killer a
soulless,
feeling?
Dead eyes.
I don't know. He's been through a lot, as you can tell by the
Mhm.
expressions.
Looks like he might have gotten punched a few times in the cheeks.
Oh my. It's like Criken is actually the quietest guest we've ever had, at least in terms of his mild-mannered voice.
Yeah, I'm pretty chill most of the time. I don't really get heated up, but
That's fine.
that's just how I roll. So I'll let you guys do
just-
the talk, and I'll nod quietly.
It just means
That's
that
pretty
every
much
now and
guests
then
in a
we're gonna
nutshell.
throw to you with ridiculous questions.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
I'll be
he
ready.
hasn't spoken in 15 minutes. We better get the designated guest activity out here.
It's gonna be
I've got a
good.
lot to say. I don't feel the need to, cut in. So
All right.
It's generally best if you do cut in on this show, because otherwise we will just talk forever. It's
It is
kind of a
problem.
thing.
My preferred method of cutting is just going nerds and then say what you have to say and move on.
It
that's what I
works
do.
reasonably
That's what I do
well
myself. Yeah.
from time to time.
Also, I'm going to apologize ahead of time for the amount of coughing that I may or may not do and the possible sneezing.
Yeah, me too, actually. I'm not feeling that great.
I feel wonderful. That's
I'm
'cause
glad
I
you
don't-
do.
I don't associate with other human beings, so I can't transmit diseases. Or
Oh
get
my
them
God.
transmitted to me.
Yeah, my dad this morning, I was talking to both my mom and my dad, and he's sick, and he was like, I never get sick. I don't understand how I could have possibly gotten sick. But my dad does not leave our farm ever. He hates people. So I was like, obviously you don't get sick. You interact with like the wildlife and then you go to bed. That's all you do. Like, so I feel like Jesse is kind of a strain of my dad right now.
I am. I'm a clone. I was cloned
Oh.
a long
Oh,
time ago.
Dear God.
Hmm.
That explains the similar facial construction.
Indeed. Truly.
Right. Yes.
If I put your faces next to each other, it would be identical. I never realized this before.
It's incredible, really.
Shut up.
What do we got coming on the show? Well, the usual crap, for the most part. Talking about what games we've been playing this week. Which, wow, I actually have played loads of new games this week. Holy crap. Been pretty crazy week in that regard. And we'll also cover some news if there is anything relevant, as well as upcoming releases, some trailers for some new titles that are coming your way fairly shortly, as well as host topics if we have time to fit them in, and a roundup of what's going on the Game Station and its associated channels this week. We all have videos to share from various channels around the network, and then we'll wrap up by whoring out our channels and any kind of merchandise we have in the most effective way possible, and then we'll leave the show. And that's how it's going to be.
Yes.
As that. That's our structure, and we probably won't stick to it. Just getting that out there. It's not for lack of trying. It's mostly for the strength of the derail.
Well, TB, since you have apparently played all the new games,
Oh, yeah.
why don't you go first?
God damn it, I've played all the new games. The first game I played was Let's Buy 2 licensed Resident Evil airsoft guns.
Wait,
It looks
what?
something like that.
That's not a
Why?
game.
Is it? It's Stars. It's got the Stars logo on it.
Why did you get those?
Because I wanted more airsoft guns. I got my green card, so I'm like, I'm going to buy more airsoft guns. So I bought
So that
two.
he can do those fancy Twitter photos
Yeah.
of all of his guns together.
You are like those guys. We read an article the other day that these guys in Idaho want to make a compound called the Citadel. And it can
Lol.
hold 9,000 people, and it'll be there in case society collapses, and it'll be man's last bastion. You're that guy, except you're not willing to commit.
Yeah.
You're like, look, I want a bunch of guns, but not like real ones, 'cause that's dangerous.
Yeah, of
just
course.
airsoft guns.
Yeah, it's like fucking real guns. Those things can kill people, I want
Yes.
guns that I can shoot in my backyard and not be arrested for. So I got those.
Yeah.
So those are two WE special Biohazard Samurai, Biohazard Samurai Edge Edition Beretta 92s, which
They're very
handily
pretty.
enough are the same guns as the Dual Elites in Counter-Strike, which means that this whole little close quarter battle Counter-Strike idea that we had might happen, and I'll use those guns for it, and it'll be great.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, so I was playing with those. Anyway, video games. All right, so video games that I have got into this week would be Dead Space 3, would be a little bit more Devil May Cry, would be Ni no Kuni, and would be Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS.
It's a good lineup.
Pretty good lineup, yeah. And let's start with Dead Space, because I know for a fact that everyone here has at least played the demo.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you were faking it in the video, and you wouldn't do something like that.
She was faking it. She was faking
I didn't. I had all of my man friends play
it.
for me because
Me too.
Voice it over.
It's all
we
dubbed.
both had our man friends play for us.
Our
Pretty much
man
everyone.
friend.
And then we just voiced over. When things exploded, we jumped on it. We screamed. We were like really good at our jobs.
It took me at least like 3 takes, though. Let's be honest.
The funny thing is, if you'd actually done that, it would have got you 3 times as many views. Just saying.
You know it.
Let's start talking about Dead Space then. So, I've never played a Dead Space game, or at least not until yesterday. I didn't play Dead Space 1 or 2 because I'm not really into survival horror games. But Dead Space 3 comes along, and I'm thinking, right, well, there was the whole bust up about a week or 2 before this came out, whereby the guy from Visceral, being an idiot, said, this game is basically going to be a bare-bones PC port, essentially. Yeah? And it's like, there's going to be nothing special for PC, and annoyingly enough, he justified it by saying, we want there to be consistency between the console and PC versions. And now, this was taken by the entire gaming community, and rightfully so, as this is going to be a shit PC port, and we think that it's important to basically hold PC versions back, right? To be the same as the console versions. It actually wasn't the case at all, and he's just an idiot and should never be allowed to do an interview ever again. So it is not actually a bad port at all. In fact, it's a very good port. It's the best Dead Space port there's ever been.
Good.
You know, and Jesse, since you've played both of the Dead Space games, you know exactly what's wrong with the PC versions. Oh, Jesus. You know, the whole VSync problem, and then there's the X and Y sensitivities are completely wrong, so mouse control's awkward as shit. All sorts of things like that. That is no longer there. That has all been dealt with. And there's also an extensive graphics menu with pretty much everything you could desire, and it looks good. It's a good-looking game. Not the best-looking game, but it is a good-looking game. Definitely looks better than the console version. As for the gameplay, well, you know, I've never played the Dead Space games, so I don't really have a basis for comparison, but
Did you scream a little?
No.
The monsters come out and get you and go,
Not really.
"Rawr, TV, rawr."
Which is unusual. I haven't got the babies yet. That was probably where that'll start
I don't think
happening.
there are babies in the third one.
There probably
dogs.
aren't babies.
They're dogs.
Yeah.
In each game, they upgrade. In the first one, space babies. The second one, they have space tweens who come out of space malls to try and kill you. It's a true thing.
Yeah.
And this one is space dogs in the space parks.
Yeah, there's actually a reference to the dogs going crazy at one point really early on, so I expect to see dogs quite soon. But all of the necromorphs are different because basically all of the necromorphs in this version are about 200 years old because storyline stuff. So they all kind of look different. They're less sort of fleshy and more bony because...
Yeah, like at the end of the demo, like the...
Yeah, they're not going to be
Big
squishy.
This guy,
Yeah,
you guys know what I
definitely.
mean? This guy, he's crazy.
That thing.
Yeah, they were so cool looking.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of squish, there's a lot of bones, a lot of slicing. And the weapons customization is pretty phenomenal, honestly. Allows you to build weapons from parts that you find. I strapped a line gun to another line gun. I was like, I can have a line gun with an underslung line gun, which has 10 laser sights. 10.
Here's the problem, and this is actually something that since we haven't yet played it, I assume this is something that will actually be a problem. But when I was dicking around in the beta, they have a room where you can go and you could play around with the customization.
Oh yeah, they've got like the weapon arena where you can just fuck around with it. Yeah.
And so you can see what it's like. Well, I was in there, and because it gives you everything you can possibly get, I spent way too much time playing around, and I came up with like this Tesla coil beam of doom, and the damn thing chain lightnings between stuff and kills things. And so I created what may be a perfect super weapon because I buffed it so it had like unlimited ammo. And since it doesn't rely, it's just he spins it. It doesn't have ammo packages. You can use indefinitely. I was like, this may be cheating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't build that in the full game because that would just be ridiculous. Like all of this.
The stuff you need is probably end game things, stuff like that. Because I was like,
Yeah.
this is a little cheap.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that there are chain lightning guns. I know that for a fact. But the game now uses a universal ammo system, which I fucking hate, by the way. It's so stupid. And depending on how powerful your gun is, it depends on how much ammo it essentially burns. So I would expect something like that would actually, in the real game, just chew through ammunition. I'm pretty sure there's no infinite ammo pack unless there's some really hyper-secret module or whatever. Because you can also put circuits in your guns, and you can put up to 8 depending on the size of it, and that can customize like your reload speed, your fire rate, and things like that. And from what I can see, there's a set of hidden circuits that you can build via collecting artifacts and things, which may have some really weird effects. So I don't
look for those, Dodger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta look all over the place. I found a part of the artifact in this really annoying place. Like, oh, it's behind a tarpaulin. It's like, well, better use my telekinesis to get it rather than, using my extremely powerful space weapons to slice through the tarpaulin, because he can't walk through a tarpaulin for no apparent reason. It's like, it's okay, guys, I got telekinesis, I got this. It's like, pushing it would be stupid. But
Yeah.
The whole universal ammo system it's not great, honestly. What I do like is that when you burn a clip, the whole thing goes away. So if you reload with 8 rounds left, you lose those 8 rounds. So
What?
Yep.
No!
Mhm.
No,
What's
that's
that?
good for me because then the internet can finally shut the hell up.
I've finally gotten
Holy
used to like
shit.
reloading whenever there's nothing to shoot, and now I
Oh,
can't.
you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because you run out of ammo, especially on the higher difficulty levels. It's great because it actually forces you to go into situations with low ammo rather than burning through it. Although what I gotta say is the normal mode's super easy. Like, as in, it's like Bioshock, where you've got way too many resources. So, like, I was 2 hours into the game, I had 32 clips of ammo and 17 health packs, which is, as it turns out, way too many.
I was gonna
So,
say
that's pretty ridiculous.
Did you die ever? Have you
No.
died?
I died once in my video because I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to commentate, but aside from that, no, I hadn't died. So, except for, like, maybe one insta-death scenario where you, like, throw yourself into a fan blade or something. Those kind of things. But to actual monsters, no. So,
Yeah, I die on purpose in those games because it's so satisfying.
oh
Like,
yeah,
the
definitely.
death animations in Dead Space they're brilliant.
Yeah, there's the huge montages on YouTube of
Yeah.
Isaac's many deaths of where he gets.
I've never seen a death in Dead
Some of them
Space.
are gruesome. Holy shit, they are gruesome.
I have never once seen a death. I pride myself on that. I'm not even looking them up. The only one I know about is the eye one because everyone and their brother sent that around.
Oh,
The
that
where he
one?
gets
Yeah.
a needle through the eye.
That was part of the game though. That wasn't a death. That was like you had to do that to progress to actually beat the second game, I think.
Was
Oh,
to get
wow.
your eyes gouged out?
Yeah, you had to do it yourself. Like
I'm
That-
clearly not at that
Isaac's like-
part.
that's like my favorite characters like in a game because he has like no no reserve in like hurting himself. He goes through like the craziest shit in every game and he just shrugs it off in like the next cutscene. Like he
I've
stabs
always
himself in
said-
the eye and he's like, yeah.
He's the John McClane of space.
Yeah.
Isaac
Yes,
Clarke is the
exactly.
John McClane. He's like, I'm too old for this shit. I'm an engineer.
Yeah,
He's
by
crawling through
game
vents.
3, he's just like what the fuck ever. Like, oh,
So
more
messed up.
necromorphs. I'm sick of
Skills
this
with it.
shit. Like he gets dragged into a bunch of stuff he clearly doesn't want to be any part of, and he just hates even being there. But the best thing is that his kind of counterfoil in the game is another character that also doesn't want him there, like in the form of Carver, who is your co-op partner.
This guy. Me.
Yeah, and
One of the things that I really like, though, and this is something that I thought was kind of silly, people progressively complain more that it's less Isaac running around and more Isaac, like, now running towards danger. And I was like, that's
Yeah, I was
story
gonna say.
progression. That's like, in the first game,
yeah, he's a
like, "What
grizzled
am I
veteran.
doing?" Yeah, in the second game,
Or-
he's
He's
like,
not running away. They
Or you
basically
take the case that he's actually masochistic and that there's like a whole theory that Isaac is like enjoys the pain and he runs towards them in order to get cut up and beat up. I
That
think that
wouldn't
there's a
surprise
case to
me.
be made there.
yeah, I mean,
That's
he's got
my
fucked
new
up,
headcanon. Yeah.
completely fucked up over the past
his
couple of
last
games.
girlfriend was kind of nuts.
I'm good for that.
He's into some
That's
kinky
yes.
shit.
Yeah, and that would totally work. I mean, the scenario, from the very start, the storyline forces you into a scenario that Isaac Clarke clearly doesn't want to be in, but he has basically no choice whatsoever. So there is no reason for him to be running away. Plus, there's no escape. Like, once you get to the area, there's like, this is it. You've got to sort this shit out, otherwise everyone's dead, including you. So you're basically forced to do it. He's not happy about it. He's consistently not happy about it, but he's more in charge of the situation because everyone there is essentially less experienced than he is with the whole necromorph threat.
Right.
So and to be fair, he's just so burned out on it that he just doesn't care anymore. That's
He's
my
like,
impression.
whatever.
He's
Can I,
like,
can, I ask you,
"Fuck."
can I ask you a question? Because this is something since I'm not even looking at it. It's like on my computer, but I'm not touching it. The ice planet in the game.
Yeah.
Did they explain in in the startup to the game why it's iced over, how it became iced over? Is that a natural thing or is it unnatural?
It doesn't explain in the intro. The intro is very, very good for people that haven't played the first 2 games because it gives you a full roundup, and now I understand the storyline for the most part. But it did not explain a thing about the ice planet. Not a thing.
My fear, and I hope this is not the case, but my fear is that it's going to be such a douchey ending where it's like, hey, guess what? You know how the necromorphs were stopped on this planet? It's because they nuked the whole thing. So in order to save all the other planets, we have to nuke them too. Don't do that. Please don't do that, Dead Space. Don't be that. Don't be that thing. So that's my fear. Hopefully it will not end like that.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm not far enough in the game to really know that. All I know is it's like an 18 to 20 hour game, which is quite impressive in length.
Oh, wow.
And it's got several unlockable difficulty modes. The one that I really want to play, I think it's called Survival.
The one life?
It's that, and there are no health packs anywhere in the game. You have to make them from the materials you find. Resources
That's
are
awesome.
really scarce. And this is the main problem I have with normal difficulty, is that they're not. It's Bioshock again, right? Where you've got a bazillion special powers and weapons with ammo to the fucking nines. That was Bioshock, right? And that was its biggest problem. So I'm going to probably restart the game on hard, or it's maybe a hardcore difficulty or whatever, and then I'll probably have more fun with it. It's still good. Like, the combat's really satisfying. Sound assets are beyond brilliant. Like, it sounds creepy, and it sounds good as well. The weapons, when they hit something, sound just phenomenal. They really do. And they're a lot of fun to use. I mean, I've always said that Dead Space has some of the most original weapons because its whole combat system is based around dismemberment. So you've got weapons that fire in lines, weapons that are designed to slice things to pieces, versus like, oh, it's a shotgun and a machine gun. And it's like, oh, here's an industrial arc welder that does this shit. And that's way more fun. So, the DLC, the day one stuff is bullshit. And it's the whole idea that you can pay to cheat within the game is incredibly stupid. I hate that.
Yeah.
That shouldn't even be there. And the stuff that they're selling in the game isn't really a big deal because it's like a couple of suits which don't do anything and a couple of weapons which are slightly modified versions of the things which are already in the game. Also, there's a pack which apparently makes your salvage bots get a sarcastic voice and accent, which I'm actually okay with. Like,
Done.
if you're gonna do day one DLC,
What?
yeah, if you're gonna do day one DLC, do that, because that's like something the sound team can do while they're bug fixing the game, right? That's okay. I'm all right with you doing that shit. I'm not okay with the whole pay to cheat nonsense.
Yeah.
I just imagine it's Claptrap. I just imagine
That's what I'm imagining
God,
too.
I hope not. But yeah,
It's
as with
hard.
every EA game, it's like there's a billion pre-order bonuses and bullshit like that. But the actual game itself is really quite good, in my opinion. I like it a lot. I don't have a frame of reference, but I imagine a lot of people are coming into this having not played a Dead Space game, and once again, not having a frame of reference. And thinking, oh, this is fun. Is it a horror game? Not really. I mean, it's not all that scary. It's survival action.
Same as Bioshock.
Yeah.
It's gotten progressively less horror as it's gone on. Same with Bioshock, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
seems like
the
every
first
horror
one-
game. Resident Evil 2. Every like survival horror
God.
has moved away from survival horror recently.
Mhm.
And I think they need to go back to that. At least one of them does, because come on.
The question is in what
I
way?
miss survival horror.
Yeah, the survival horror idea is nice, but you've also got to bear in mind that a lot of the horror in that game was based on the fact that they controlled terribly and it was restrictive camera angles and things like that, like Silent Hill and Resident Evil 1 and 2, and to a lesser degree stuff like Code Veronica. This was survival horror because your character handled awfully and you were in a desperate panic to try and get the bloody thing to do what you want to do.
You could
And with-
argue that's part of the story though. Like your guy is, he's in a stressful situation. You're not going to be able to react as like dodging between covers and like aiming for the head and all that
True.
stuff. So like, I don't know. I think it depends on what the developers are going for with their game. I wouldn't necessarily count it out for bad controls.
Dead Space was never really a survival horror game because the minute you get a weapon in your hand, it becomes you hunting down monsters. When the scariest thing in the first Dead Space is the communications box that jump scares you every time it turns on. That's, you know, that's not really that scary.
Yeah.
Really, there was some atmospherical stuff, but most of it was jump scares. I agree.
Yeah, and the atmosphere in Dead Space 3 is still really good. It still puts you on edge. I love the variety of places you go. I'm on a side mission right now where I'm on a research vessel, and I love how dirty and grimy everything is, and you'll find a lot of that in the game because a lot of it takes place kind of in an abandoned junkyard fleet, like of like 200-year-old warships and things like that were scuttled. So you travel between them. You can travel between them in a spacesuit as well, which is gorgeous, I might add. That's hilariously great. And there's all sorts of different varieties, and also, of course, there's the planet, which no doubt you'll go on to. I mean, hell, the trailers show that, so you must go onto the planet at some point. But it seems like there's a decent amount of variety of areas there as a result of that. So we'll see how that turns out. And as I said, it's not really a horror game, but that doesn't matter because it's still kind of fun. So.
Plus, you fight space Scientologists, which is always amazing.
Yeah, you actually like the first 20 minutes of the game are basically that. So
in Dead Space 2, I ended up in a Unitology church, and it is scary how similar they're basically like. Look, this is Scientology.
Yeah,
this is what this is. It's kind of wacky. You're like, all right then.
Yeah.
So you feel good. You feel good about murdering all of them.
Right.
Cruz.
Oh wow.
You ruined things. Why can't you be old Jew? I loved you.
Let's move on, shall we? It's probably for the best.
Okay.
I like to imagine that Jesse watched Interview with the Vampire when it came out, and he was like, Tom Cruise.
Oh no,
You're
grow up. Grow up.
So wonderful. I just love you so much.
First off, Top Gun volleyball scene all the way, bitch.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I see where this is going.
That's old Tom Cruise.
Oh my goodness. Nailing that half fizzle.
What is going on right now?
I don't know. Yes, let's move on. Do you want to
Fire
talk
Emblem.
about Fire Emblem?
I want to talk about Fire Emblem.
Go, do it.
Fire Emblem Awakening. Try again. Fire Emblem Awakening is probably going to be the best handheld game that anyone has the opportunity to play in like a 5-year freaking period. Because
I don't even know anything about Fire Emblem.
So, Fire Emblem and Shining Force came out around the same time. I don't think anyone really knows who copied who, because like I think they came out within a year of each other, so it's hard to say whether or not Sega just looked at Fire Emblem and said, "Oh shit, let's do this." But it's unlikely considering like usual development times. It seems like maybe there was just a sharing of ideas or one way or the other. So that was a bit weird, but Fire Emblem is essentially an SRPG in the style of Final Fantasy Tactics. So you move your characters around at a turn-based battlefield. You look at everything from a top-down perspective. Now, what it does do, which Tactics doesn't, is when you attack something, it goes into a 3D rendered cutscene of sorts, even though it's not actually rendered at all. So it's... Yeah, I know. I know. I'm confusing the hell out of you now. It's done in the in-game engine. There is a 3D engine in there. So it used to, like, back in the day, it used to be rendered and things like that. It's in a 3D engine, and it shows you the attack going off. Yeah, and it flips in and out between that strategic view and that kind of little battle view thing, which is exactly what Shining Force did. Fire Emblem is a little bit more hardcore than Shining Force because it has a permanent death mechanic. So when your guys die, they're dead for good, and you don't get them back. So you've got to be super careful. You can turn that off, but that would make you a wimp. So there's classic mode and casual mode. They are very, very clear to say this is the casual way of playing. As in, you should not do that. Classic mode.
I hope you taste the shame in your mouth as you play.
Pretty much.
Dodger, you know how you would know this game? Smash Brothers.
Okay.
2 of the characters in there are from Fire Emblem. That's the only way you know this game. I'm convinced of that. The guys you don't know their names in Smash Brothers.
I would not have got that. Thank you. I don't play any handheld games, so like, I was really lost. But
the guys you don't know.
Or is it
the guy in all black.
The guy with blue hair.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
third.
I play
Okay.
him in that game. Wait a minute.
The guys who no one knows who they are and why they're in Smash Brothers, those
And
are
they're
the
really
dudes.
good. They're really good characters.
So those
Well,
are the
that-
guys from Fire Emblem. So it's a really popular series, but I would say
Alright,
more
well,
so in
yeah.
Japan than here.
Yes.
Not so much in the States.
Yeah, very much so. So a lot of the Fire Emblem games were Japanese only. Some of them then later on came to the Virtual Console. There were some releases in the US and the EU. Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance, as well as Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones, which was also a Game Boy Advance game. You can also get that on 3DS Virtual Console now. Path of Radiance was for GameCube. That was the first 3D rendered one. And that had full motion video in it. It's the only GameCube Fire Emblem game. That was in 2005. And then there's Radiant Dawn, which was a Wii game, which actually did also come out in the US and the EU as well. And then Awakening came out here. So it was mostly limited to
Interesting.
Japan with some exceptions, which is why a lot of people don't know it. It's definitely not one of Nintendo's bigger franchises, but it's pretty incredible. Like what I've experienced of it so far, I am blown away by. It's just phenomenal. Everything about it is exactly what I would have wanted from a Shining Force game, but it's done by a developer and a company that isn't crazy. So as a result, we get a much, much better result. It's developed by the same guys that have always developed it. These are the same guys that made Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and stuff like that. Intelligent Systems. So they're basically one of Nintendo's developers. They're a subsidiary of Nintendo, but they're not called Nintendo. They made all sorts of shit, like stuff like Super Famicom Wars all the way back in the day. That was them. These guys have been around for over... Oh my god, that is like... Yeah, they've been around for 29 years, this development
Holy
house.
shit.
They
Wow.
are not fucking around. Their first game was Devil World in 1984, before I was even born.
Devil World.
Yeah, I should also point out that they kind of also made Super Metroid. So, yeah, just
Oh.
they're kind of a big deal. Yeah, so
Devil World looks like a really good game, guys.
yeah. So overall, what's happened is Nintendo have released another core RPG for basically hardcore gamers, and it's turned out absolutely beautifully. It is, the art style is wonderful, the dialogue is wonderful, all of the full motion video looks incredible, the strategy element is absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant. It's a reason for me to play my 3DS again, and I haven't had one of those for a very long time, or actually ever, come to think of it. This is the first, in my opinion, truly killer app for hardcore gamers that are not necessarily into the Nintendo franchises. You could say, oh, Super Mario Land 3D, that's a killer app for the 3DS, right? Well, I don't really care about Mario, so not for me, but if you're not into usual Nintendo titles, but you're looking for a killer app, this is it. And this also gives you a nice preparation for Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem, which is coming out at some point, which is an insane idea. And now I'm even more hyped for, because it turns out Fire Emblem's really good. So there you go.
So they're two good things together.
Hopefully making one good thing.
Ah.
It's fucking brilliant. Now, you may have problems getting a hold of it because apparently there were shipping problems with the game. So it hasn't arrived in a lot of
course.
stores yet. But it's available on the 3DS eShop. So if you want to experience the might of the 3DS eShop, then you can do that for Fire Emblem. And you will marvel at the download bar, which is essentially a box which little colored baubles drop into. It literally has no useful information on it whatsoever. It's like fucking Nintendo. But anyway, it's brilliant.
Your cat will be very entertained.
Yes, you will. Yeah, so there was that. And I played a little bit of Ni no Kuni. Can't speak much to it yet. All I could say is it is one of the most incredible looking games I've ever seen.
Everyone is all up that game's butt.
It's,
Dude,
I am-
it's so true.
I had to go buy it.
it's a level
just-
5 RPG. That's all you need to know.
I've yet to play it. It's just sitting here.
Yeah.
And I went to buy it. Specifically, people were like, look, if you don't own it, you're not a gamer. I was like, holy shit.
Like,
If you
wow,
like,
I guess
if
I'm
you
gonna
like
go ahead and-
JRPGs or even have a passing interest in them, it seems that you have to own this game because it is
Right.
just, it is beautiful. It's obviously the graphics style, all the art's done by the guys behind Spirited Away, so it looks incredible. And it's a classic level 5 RPG, and level 5 makes some of the best games. Dragon Quest VIII was one of my favorite RPGs ever, and they made that. And this seems like Dragon Quest VIII on a PS3, essentially. I can't really speak too much to the battle system yet because I'm not too far into it, but everything about it reminds me of it. The way that the characters are designed, the way that the characters speak. There's random British people in it for no reason. just
Yeah,
like Dragon Quest.
Obviously.
Yeah, just like Dragon Quest. So yeah,
I like the accent, the little nose man.
Oh
He's
yeah,
basically
Drippy.
a nose with a... Yes.
Yeah, Drippy
Yes.
has a British accent. He says bleeding a lot, and yeah, it's quite wonderful. Yeah, I would suggest that you have a look into it. So it's been a pretty fucking good week for games. Like I have not run into a lot of disappointments this week. And I played a bunch of other stuff, but I can't be asked continuing on because we'll be going all day, and I actually want Criken to talk about what he's been playing. So, yeah, all good games, wonderful stuff. So, Criken, what have you been up to this week? What's been going on?
All right. Well, I'm playing a lot of games this week. I've been doing a Dark Souls stream. I think mostly it was like last week I was playing Dark Souls, but someone recommended that I play it, and I'm not really a competitive gamer. I just kind of play it like I play games casually.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you should play Dark Souls, and I think they were just trying to land like a mean trick on me, but I tried it out.
That's
I think
standard.
I uninstalled it at like the first like main boss because I couldn't beat him, and then like the next day I was like, all right, I'll give it another try, and then I just got hooked, and I started playing it. I think I played like 65 hours now.
Holy
I've been like
shit.
streaming it, and it's gotten bad. So I've been weaning myself off that this week, but I've got a lot I could say about that game, but that would take a long time. So I was first upset about like the whole like artificial difficulty sort of thing. Like I felt like I was dying because of like a bad mechanic or because nothing was explained to me, and I had to like
no.
it was just you had to like figure it out yourself sort of thing. And like
Yep.
I only started kind of appreciating that like midway or like end game when I kind of realized all that I had learned from just repeating the same mistakes. But
Yeah.
in the end, I walked away with good experience. So I guess
Yeah.
this wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, there's definitely no artificial difficulty in that game, but it appears that there is when you start playing it, and then you suddenly realize the game design's logic, and it all kind of clicks into place.
Yeah, but they also don't like make that easy for you to find out.
Oh
like,
no,
most games at least
Definitely
give you some direction, but in this one you either have to rely on like online guides or just hours of struggle, which
yeah, pretty much.
the latter was my choice. But yeah, also the ship. I've been playing the ship a lot. That's a little game
Ship's
on
fucking
Steam.
great. Love
What
that.
is
I
that?
know. A lot of people don't know about it. It's similar. Apparently, like Trouble in Terrorist Town has been like one of the biggest fads that's been going around, and everyone's
Yeah.
been playing that.
It's mostly been
The
kind
ship
of
is similar to
C-rounds.
that, in that you're all like these like what time period would you say it's in? It's like the
It's-
40s, sort of like
It's even before that. It's like kind of, it's almost Victorian because you're basically on the steamboats in that game.
yeah.
So
Okay.
it's almost Victorian, maybe 10s, 20s, 1920s, maybe.
Yeah, so it has like this old timey feel. Like you're all these like guests on a ship. Like there are various ships for
Yep.
each map, and you're all given a quarry, like a name of a person at
Yep.
the bottom right hand side of your character, and it's like, all right, on the ship is the person named this. You have to find them and kill them without being caught. You'll be paid a certain amount,
Oh.
and at the same time, someone's hunting you.
Yes.
So you have to
Right.
like
So-
maneuver your way around the ship, finding weapons like improv weapons like an umbrella, like you'll find like guns every once in a while, but usually it's just like a walking cane, and you have to like hunt down your quarry and beat them to death without someone seeing you, and it is a lot of fun. I've
Yeah.
actually got a video coming out on it next week that I've been working on.
That
and
I will
it's
watch the shit out of.
hilarious.
Is it
The ship
is
is
it
out.
is it like a iOS game or is it
No,
a
it's for
console
PC.
game or for PC?
Yep. It's
Yeah.
been out for years now.
Really?
It's pretty old.
Yeah,
So,
it's where
I
the
heard they're
Assassin's
making a
Creed
new one,
3
actually.
well, Assassin's Creed's multiplayer was stolen from that game, like almost in full.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh god, the people all look so adorable.
yeah. Well, that's even the funny part. Like they all look so funny and cute. And, like you hear like this like old timey music playing, and you're all walking around and being
You're like
polite.
trying to
Sometimes,
kill
like,
somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'd role play as like whatever character we were, and like what makes the game is like the names of your characters. Like I was named Paza Pafuzzlegarf. I was just like walking around with like this mink coat on with like a shotgun in my purse. It was,
Yes, that's awesome.
so
You
yeah,
can-
I recommend that game highly to anyone that wants to try out.
Yes, it's got some really cool elements to it. You have to kind of manage your needs as well. You have to like go to sleep. You
Oh,
have
yeah,
to go to
the
the toilet.
Sims.
You have to eat. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Sims like
Oh,
mechanic.
what?
Yeah, it's pretty. There's a lot of in-depth stuff into it. Like you can actually
yeah.
bribe guards. Like let's say your target's next to a guard and like you want to kill him, but the
You
guard
have
will
to pay
see
him.
you, so you have to like give the guard like $500, and you can kill the target and earn. Also, like depending on what weapon you use, you'll earn more or less money, and like it's
Yeah.
constantly shifting. And yeah, it's a really deep game.
It's phenomenal, and it didn't do very well, unfortunately. I think it's because it is totally unsuitable for public play. You've got to play it with people that are willing to play the game the way that it was designed to be played. There's a reason why Assassin's Creed multiplayer cut a lot of that shit out, because they knew that people wouldn't play it the way it's supposed to be played. Even in Assassin's Creed multiplayer, people don't play it properly. So you pretty much relying on being with a group that knows the game and wants to play it the way that it's designed to be played. And you've got to kind of, as you said, role play a little bit, things like that. It's brilliant. It's a wonderful concept, but as I said, if you play with a bad group of people, it's not even fun.
Yeah.
I'm playing Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. I just saw that pop up on Steam. I was like, all right,
It's
why not?
actually great.
Yeah, it's like just like Mario Kart, pretty much. Like,
Yeah.
they brought back a lot of the old the item system. Like, you go by and you pick up and throw them at the other guys.
Yep.
You have like the drifting system where you like spin your little controller and you can boost around the corners and stuff. I've been having a lot of fun with that. It gets really addicting, and like they've got the most random set of characters in that. You can play as the football
Really?
manager.
The football manager, yeah.
The football manager. He's like in a white car. He's wearing a white helmet, and he's got like a British accent. That's like
Yep.
the only defining factor about him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, though. I've enjoyed the game so far. It's really addicting. The only
good.
problem is it's like a region locked. Like I couldn't play with people online. There's tons of problems with online work. But the actual
Sumo
gameplay is-
Digital is really bad for that. Like, they're known for fucking that up.
Yeah, I hear they're making a patch for it, but I have no idea when that's going to come out.
Yeah, we have it on Wii because my son wanted it, so I played a bit of it on Wii, and it's like, this is really good. Like, as a Mario Kart clone, it's phenomenal, and I love all the Sega references. The second track on that is based on Panzer Dragoon, so I suddenly had a massive nostalgia trip.
Oh.
What character do you like to play?
I actually play Wreck-It Ralph because he's in the game
Yeah,
for no
me
good
too.
reason. So
First time I played it, I'm gonna wreck it. I just started driving around, and he's
But
like,
he
I gotta win a
sounds
medal.
nothing like
No, he
Rich.
doesn't.
It's just so,
well,
I'm
Really?
the
gonna
PC version's
wreck
even
it.
worse.
Yeah.
Because the TF2, they have the pyro from
Yeah, the TF2
TF2.
characters were
So
no.
bad.
Yeah, the heavy was like, what? Sorry.
So
Go.
dreadful.
They didn't even try. They
Um,
that might be the best part. They didn't even try.
Yeah.
They're just like, just give it a voice. Some guy in the office like, Phil, you want to do Ralph? Okay, sure. I'm going to wreck it.
The game is really
Yes.
good, though. Really good.
Recently, a lot of friends. Shout out to A Bad Feeling, a group I play with a lot online. We went into Counter-Strike Source. We do
my.
like a bunch of like improv events like this. We're just like playing normally, and then we come up with this idea. We all joined Prison Break servers. You guys know what Prison Break
Yes.
is in
Yeah.
Counter-Strike. It's just full of people with like fucking like personality disorders that feel the need to order people around, and like it's a dirty place. I would not go there normally, but we all signed in.
Yeah.
That is the most accurate description I have
Yeah.
ever heard.
It started as a good idea, but then it was taken over by crazy people.
Yeah, and like you'll go out and you'll see kids that just like that really want to feel like they're in control, and that's like once they get to be like the police officer and order the prisoners around, that's what they live for, and I feel really bad for them. But anyway, we went in, we all organized, so like we did what they said to a point, and then we're all first off we're all the same model of character,
Yeah.
then we all lined up, and then like once they said like all right go to the pool or something like that, we would all just march in the other direction, and everyone would be like where are they going? And then we just like all coordinate over like our Mumble server, and we would like, it was beautiful. Like we could organize to do everything that they didn't say, and then when they were like trying to stop us, we'd just do this giant wave of like 30 people that were existing all at once, and they were just terrified. They didn't know what to do because like they were not used to their authority being usurped by the prisoners, and it was beautiful. So
That's
I'm working on that
awesome.
video actually, but it was a lot of fun.
I want to see that. That sounds
Yeah,
like
that sounds great.
something that would be hilarious to watch.
Yeah, and Chivalry, of course. I always play
Naturally.
Chivalry. Like, I got nothing else to do. Just go on with some friends, and it's a really good game to just kill time with. What else? Dota. I've been playing Dota 2, which is
Yep.
unlikely. It's unusual of me because This is the first MOBA. I think isn't that what it's called? MOBA game.
Dota fans will kill you for using that term, but mostly because MOBA was invented by Riot from League of Legends, so they don't like the term because they felt that they're trying to distinguish themselves from Dota by coming up with a new acronym for it. But I mean, it doesn't really matter because most of those guys just butt hurt and freaking out over nothing. So just bear that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I never played League of Legends, and I'm not even really sure that I like this sort of like game mode, or like the MOBA setup. But I love the character design in Dota. Like first off, all Valve games have like great character design between the voice acting, the models, everything about them is just they're so rich. And in Dota, I mean, I was shocked. There's like 98 heroes you can play as, and they're all like pretty much fully voice acted.
Yeah, and they're not done yet either.
Interesting
They're
models.
missing
yeah,
some.
they're still making more.
Yeah.
So I actually just played originally just to like get a look at all these characters and kind of get a feel for, how they act, like because they interact too. Like depending on what character you're playing, they'll like react to another character on the battlefield, and that was just the coolest thing. So I was playing solely for that, and then once I kind of understood how the game worked, I started liking it more, and now like I just play it to kill time too, and I'm impressed. I mean, I've played a lot of good games recently, and I'm happy. I'm optimistic about the gaming industry.
Yeah, it's been a good month so far. Like, we're only 6 days into it, and it's already like, holy shit, look at all this good stuff we get to play. January was pretty dire, honestly, and full of disappointments. February is the month of hope now.
Tomorrow, Fist of the North Star, Ken Rage 2 comes out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ken's
Rage 2, because Lord knows that really needed a sequel.
I'm just saying, the month is only getting better.
Man, I still haven't played Dota 2. I've only watched it. I absolutely agree with you. Like, all of the character designs are gorgeous, and the way that they make the maps is gorgeous as well. I'm so terrified to play it. I still can't get over that like fear of playing it. I've even played League of Legends before.
Oh yeah, playing bots is a good idea actually.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, because I don't want to play against publics, like the pubs, because I just feel like they're so hostile. Like they all play this game so much, they don't want it's hard to just wean your way into the game. So
I feel you.
With friends and bots, and it's been a good time. So
why didn't I think of that? That's a good idea. Just play as bots. Duh.
No, not you play as bots. You play against bots. I should play as you did.
I
should
didn't
play as bots.
I did.
You should.
Yeah, let's have the bots fight for you and just watch it. I'm like, this is a great game.
I love it. This is fantastic.
Look at how they interact with each other. Wow.
I mean, wow. They really rendered these well.
The bots are fairly capable. It's a good way to practice, I feel.
Yeah.
I had to
they all travel in packs. Like whatever I played, I see one of them. I'm like, okay, and then suddenly all four of them come like surging out of the darkness. I just start screaming and run away.
That's a fairly accurate depiction of PUBG servers. Yeah, that's what you can expect just to be ganked like that. And minimap awareness is one of the key skills that you learn initially, and also calling missing for your other guys. So if you're in one lane, it's like, oh, there's no one in my lane. Guys, he's somewhere else. He's probably coming for you. Calling missing is super important. And I had to start an entire video series just to summon up the courage to play Dota again. But now that I'm into it, I fucking love it. It's great.
Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage 2 tomorrow. Just thought I'd remind everyone again.
You better do a video on that after all of this.
Are you kidding me? I'm going to be there first thing in the morning to pick that game up.
Have you even played the original?
No.
That's
I didn't even
dreadful.
know it existed. I didn't even know it existed. That's why Fist of the North Star was the first anime I ever saw. I have to play this game. I need to see it. I assume it's a sequel of some sort because it says 2. And so I hope it'll continue that amazing story.
What if it's literally the exact thing that you watched? You're like, how is this a what? Why does this have a 2 on it?
It's okay. All I remember from the anime was dudes exploding and a girl who continuously became progressively closer to being nude but never was. That infuriated me. I was like, I just want cartoon boobies.
Oh god. Ow. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna stop flailing my arms. I'm not going to, but
Jesus.
I'm going to attempt to stop flailing my arms.
Isaac Clarke is also a masochist. Maybe you should talk to him.
Yeah, we should be friends. I got 2 shots in this arm and 1 shot in this arm
Oh,
yesterday,
before you went
and
to
I woke
France.
up this morning and I'm like, oh,
Uh,
that's a
Is it weird
that's
that
a
like
feeling.
as I've gotten older, I've come to almost like shots. Like I used, I mean, obviously as a kid I hated them, and then
So
like
s-
I've been getting them, and I'm
Isaac
like,
Clarke is a
yeah,
masochist. Maybe you
yeah.
should speak to him.
yeah,
No,
they don't really hurt anymore. Just I don't
they
know.
I mean they don't hurt
does it
at
feel
the
like?
time. It's
Never mind.
later.
I'm passing.
He's like, it just feels,
Like that.
no.
No,
Feels
we really don't.
wonderful.
I'm protecting my body from the germs. Oh, it feels good.
I've
Somewhere down
always
there.
been that like super creepy kid that loved watching the needle go in. And that weirds out nurses so hard. They're like, just, what are you doing? Stop.
My sister's the opposite. She has like an actual phobia with needles, and she just like
Yeah, I
screams.
know a lot
Even
of people
she's an
like
adult
that.
now, and she screams and like fights whenever she has to get one.
Oh
'Cause
man.
just there's something she just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Well, my son had to go to the doctors a couple of days ago. Apparently, they now have this kind of numbing spray, so it just goes in. They
Oh,
can't
yeah,
bloody
yeah.
feel a
Heard about
thing.
that.
Apparently, it's
Oh.
super
Does that work
effective.
does that work on your soul? Because I could use some of that.
I already OD'd on that shit 5 years ago.
You're like, I drink that
That's how I
shit all the
survive
time.
YouTube and the internet, man. But
Just for every video, just. All right, let's do this. That's
a couple
from
of
now
months
on.
ago, I had to go and get all of my medical stuff done, which is like 5 or 6 different shots. But the worst thing was they were trying to take blood and they continually failed to do so. So it's like 5 or
No.
6 attempts, and they eventually went in there, I think, which
Oh.
was extremely painful because apparently that was
To
the only.
take blood?
Yeah. They tried, like, apparently I have pretty narrow veins or something like that, and apparently it's very hard for them to take blood from me, so. Yeah, it went in
Oh
the
my gosh. What?
it went in the
They-
top. It went in the top of both hands. That was fun. Loved that. And then it eventually went in between the fingers, and it's just like, oh Jesus, please stop.
I have
It's
never
like-
heard of that before.
I will cut myself open with a knife, and you can just drip it in there. It will be less painful than this bullshit.
It's a thing they do to immigrants to make them want to go home.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that won't happen to you.
Yeah.
I would
Oh,
like
he's British, he's
slightly
British.
believe
Prick him.
that.
Prick him a little.
You want to be in America, huh? Get Nurse Ratchet.
It's kind of what I expected from going to the government building for the whole green card interview, but it was full of very nice people. Aside from that, you sit in a waiting room for an hour, which has got inspirational American quotes all over the walls. And it's like, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like, to
Like,
really get
I
you
need
excited about the
to
idea,
leave.
or to freak
Gotta
you out.
go.
And
Uh.
they just kind of get taken into a back office, and we just had 10 minutes of conversation, 5 minutes of which were about PC video games.
Oh, good.
And then I was like, yeah, I've got to approve this. I'm like, shit, really? All right.
Oh.
Cool.
Ok-
Oh,
okay.
speaking of which,
No,
Well, what?
I can't have it.
give it here.
No.
Give it here.
No, I paid for it.
Give it here.
Wow.
Damn.
She bought it with her own
Speaking
money.
of which, guess what just came in?
Can you like
Ah, there he
There
is.
you go. I don't. No, it's all right. There's no identifying information on that.
I was just
That's
about
fine.
to say.
Somewhere on
It's
the
just like-
internet,
yeah,
someone's
it's
like,
fine.
excellent.
Print screen, print screen, screen cap. Oh
There we
god.
go. Yeah. No, it's fine. There's no identifying information. My webcam's too shitty anyway. That is my green card. It just came in 2 minutes ago.
Oh,
Sweet.
It really is green.
It is actually literally green. Yeah.
Oh, I always wondered that.
I feel like they'd get a lot of shit
Congratulations.
if it wasn't. you
Yeah,
know.
pretty much.
Yeah. Why is the green card blue? I
Yeah.
don't-
So there's literally no
facts.
useful information on there whatsoever, so you don't need to worry about it. It's like, oh, what the hell's on the? Oh Christ!
type?
The back's this weird as embossed thing.
it's
That's
a hologram?
it's a hologram. That's crazy shit. Wow.
They gotta make sure it's
Yeah.
legit.
Now that actually does have useful information, so you're not seeing that. Fuck you. But anyway, anyway, that's a complete derail, and that was my fault. So I take full responsibility for it. But it's
No, it wasn't
but it's
your fault.
America. It's
We started
America, so
talking
I have the
about-
freedom to derail this show now as a permanent resident. Anyway,
Welcome.
yes.
Welcome.
So who's been
What?
playing other games? Anyone
I've been
here?
playing a lot of Heart of the Swarm.
Oh, really? What's your opinion
Yeah.
of it?
I really like it. I'm trying to learn. I've never taken the time to learn Zerg, so
Mm.
I'm like starting really like from ground zero learning how to play Zerg, and it is so different from the other races. and I really, really like it. I'm only playing against AI though. But I really love that.
For the best right now, because the
Yes.
problem with the beta is that it's top heavy of people that know what they're fucking doing. So
Exactly.
I went in that and I was running up against Koreans and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
You're like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up to I'm trying to beat the AI on hard right now. Apparently Mass Roach stops working at a certain point, so I need to learn other tactics. But I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. I really like learning how to play Zerg. And I think at some point I'm gonna have to,
I thought you
since
just
I know,
Zerg Rush.
huh?
Is there anything else besides that? I thought you only had the Zerg Rush. Was there?
Key, six pull.
Rush,
Yeah.
just rush, just spit with queens, rush, 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 just go, go, go.
You don't rush with queens. They're the slowest unit
No,
in the
I
game.
said spit with rush
Well,
and then get the
second
large and
slowest.
then we'll make the little beat and then run.
Oh yeah,
She's-
yeah,
She's playing as a bot, TB. Let
yeah.
her
You're
go.
talking about lava inject. Yeah.
I just let the bot go and then I do this.
Yeah, six pulls don't involve that, but there are other variants of the rushes that do. So, according to literally one person on my Twitter, I'm quieter than the rest of you. Is that the case? Could the stream let me know? Because we did a sound check and it looked fine, but it may just be one guy who's weird. So I just want to see.
One guy who's like, I want to hear TB louder.
Yeah. So let me know if I need to
Voices.
turn my volume
They're distracting from TB.
up at all. Yeah, and I can do that. But HOTS is fun. I enjoyed it. It's funny you
HOTS
should
is
pick
great.
Zerg because they're arguably the worst race at the moment, but that's probably going to change.
But I feel like that's why it's okay for me to start trying to figure out Zerg, because now it won't just be me jumping on a bandwagon.
Yeah. that and by the time you figured them out, the chances are they'll get buffed again, so you'll be good.
Yeah. I'm really loving I really love watching games where people effectively use Widow Mines every single time. I'm like, oh, because it just like explodes. There's so many people die. I love it.
Well, I love the way that everything splits off. There was a VOD from IPL a couple of nights ago where they're playing on an ice map, and Blizzard have overdone the physics to the point where you kill a Zergling and it slides around the screen. But it doesn't just slide in one direction. Like, it goes onto a hill and kind of starts doing slalom stuff and slides around bits of Zergling everywhere. It's
oh my gosh,
fucking
that's
hilarious.
Okay. That reminds me of another game that I finally played. I finally played a bunch of Primal Carnage because we did a stream at our house, and oh my goodness, sometimes the dinosaurs just start doing backflips in the air, and it's the best
Pretty
thing.
much.
I love that game.
Yeah, I
at
do
first,
too. It's like Left 4 Dead almost.
yeah, it's very Left 4 Dead-y, except
They've
like
done the get to the chopper mode now, haven't they? That was
yes,
the one problem I had with
we
it.
played, and it was
Yeah.
great because like at first when you play when we were playing humans, we were like, God, we are dying so quick. How do you get away from the flyers? How do you not go in the water? Like, what do we do? It's nice because when you're humans, you have to stick together. You can't just go off on your own. You have to just like stay as a clump and just shoot everything and kill everything. But when you're a dinosaur, for the most part, you can just like be off doing your thing and just stomping on people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely different depending on which side you're on. And I like all of the different types of dinosaurs, and it's a really fun game. And I love games where the physics are all effed, because then you get those great moments where like you're just a little human and you're running around, and then you get hit by a tail and you literally fly across the map. And you're just like, oh no. So we had a lot of fun. That game is pretty great. I suggest it for sure. I'm trying to think what else I've played. Blood Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I think that those are like the primary things I've been playing. I've played a lot of Blood Bowl so that I can get great. And I'm still terrible,
Practice.
but I'm gonna get okay. That's the goal. It's okay.
We're playing Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
You know what? The silver lining.
Most loaded sentence I've ever heard.
Right? The silver lining is that we get to play each other before you've had a chance to buff up your team, since it's like the first game. So I'm like, maybe this is okay. Maybe I'm still gonna lose, but maybe this is okay.
Well, what's going to happen is Nuffle, the great god of the dice, is going to fuck me over so hard that I'm going to lose incredibly badly, and two of my players are going to die, and all sorts of shit like that.
I'm terrified of my players dying.
It
I don't
can't
want
happen.
that to happen.
They don't
I
have
know.
enough armor.
Players can't die. They simply
Float.
become nature.
No, trust me, your players can very much die, and they will.
They will not, sir.
You got
We
2
will
games to
swing
buff up your team
sidestep.
before you meet my Chaos Dwarves. Have fun with that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You won't even be able to touch my team. My team will fly like butterflies and sting like very cordial bees. Who apologize for stinging you.
Jesse, I'm against you second round, right?
Yep. What else, baby?
Oh,
What else?
God.
We're
Welp.
gonna unstoppable.
do it.
Funny thing is, like, straight up, I'd actually give it to the Amazons over the Wood Elves in that matchup. Just
Don't
because,
worry,
like,
I'm
your
really bad
entire
at
team has dodge and you have 4 blitzers, and so it's just like you barrel into their front line and just smack them to pieces.
Yeah, dude, the block ability is so nice.
Yes, block is
I
incredible.
love that. Yeah, I'm enjoying that game. I've gotten to the point now where when I play, I'm not just like dreading, like just going, just kill me. Just God, I just know I'm gonna die. I've gotten to the point where now I understand how to think about it and I
Yes.
understand what everything means, and now I'm like, okay, I think I can do this.
Yeah, the mistake a lot of new players make is thinking that there's more randomness in the game than there really is, because there's almost always a situation where you can turn that in your favor somehow, and as a result, if you take a risk, it's because you wanted to take one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's,
That's
once you get
absolutely
that,
true.
once you get that idea and figure out, well, this move I need to do near the end because it's more likely to cause a turnover and shit.
Yes, that is something
Yeah.
that it took me a while to figure out. I was like, all
Yes.
right, I got to plan out in order what I want to do. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
Like- game is really fun.
Yes, it is. And I think that kind of leaves Jesse. Jesse, what you been doing? What you been playing? Anything new?
I finally beat Devil May Cry, and it was kind of wonderful.
I still haven't played that.
I haven't beaten it yet. I need to get that done.
It was kind of wonderful, and I'm not going to spoil the ending for you since you're still playing it, and Dodger seems like she wants to play it, but the ending was really satisfying. I was like, I knew it was going to happen, but when it happened, I was like, balls to it. That was wonderful. It's actually really, it's kind of great game. I'm mad at myself for liking it, but I do, so...
I'm so glad everybody's liking it so
Yeah,
much.
I'm not mad at myself for liking it because all of the reasons that were given that I shouldn't like it were things I didn't care about anyway. So I was okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting debate that I've heard from both sides, the people that liked it, people that don't like it, because, I mean, some people value, like, the integrity of the series above all else, and others will just take
Yeah.
it as, like, a singular game for how it is.
Yeah.
And I can see, like, the worth of both people depending on your values, so...
I mean,
I
they're
don't really
all
take a
right.
side.
None
Yeah.
of them are wrong. They're just being assholes about it. That's the
Mhm.
problem.
But I do know that apparently Capcom only sold, like, under 1 million copies out of their
I
projected,
was
like,
just
5
gonna say
million.
that.
It's not been
Yeah,
it's
so-
not been done well yet. I mean, obviously it had a lot of negative press prior to going out, but even then, the way that they marketed the game just did not work very well. I felt I didn't see a
Yeah.
lot of advertising. The stuff that I did see didn't really impress me in any way. So I don't. The annoying thing is, if this doesn't sell very well, then what it's going to do is just give a huge amount of ammunition to the people that absolutely
Yeah.
hate the game and have been
Yeah.
Actually,
shitting all over Ninja Theory for no good reason.
More than that, I was going to say, if this, I mean, this hasn't done very well, but I'm more worried that since it sounds like Capcom tried something new with this series, or with this game at least, I think other game developers might see that, this is what happens when you try something new. That's going to
Yeah.
discourage that, and then
Mhm.
we're just going to get more repetitive games as opposed to going out on a limb,
Yeah.
which shouldn't be the message that we're sending, but that's how it's going to be interpreted.
Yeah, and it's funny that we have the same kind of people always screaming about innovation, and yet when a series gets changed in any meaningful respect, they get angry about it. And it's like, come on, guys, we can't win here, apparently. You're not allowed to shout about how every Modern Warfare game's exactly the same and then scream when they change Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
That's not an okay thing to do. If you have a good reason for disliking it, that's cool, but you've got to express it in a way that people that are not really into DMC really understand, because you can't
Yeah, exactly.
expect people to see it from your point of view otherwise. And it's the same with Dead Space. The people that are complaining about some of the changes to Dead Space, I never played the other Dead Space games. So for me, coming into this franchise as a new player, this stuff is not really relevant to me. And my opinion is just as kind of right as theirs. Like, again, we're both right, but there is no objective standard to which you can judge that. So people have got to understand that there's always going to be a point where there is no reconciling those two different points of view.
I feel like there was sort of a Batman Begins kind of thing going on here with the new Devil May Cry, where there's this weird sort of like, they're rebooting the series. What is going on here? I don't. And deep down, I was like, if they make a second game, having played the first one, I know how good it ends. I was like, the second game is gonna be amazing. And now I'm a little worried.
The Dark Knight of DMC.
Yeah, there won't be any Dark Knight of DMC now, and I'm kind of like, ooh, that's not good.
And this keeps happening to Ninja Theory as well. It's like Heavenly Sword 2 never came out, Enslaved 2 never came out, and now it looks like DMC 2 is never going to come out.
Yeah, that does suck.
I hope they pick up. I mean, unfortunately for them, Devil May Cry in its later games, like, it still was that sort of silly fun that Dante was as a character, but the games themselves got progressively worse. And so I think the IP they used, a lot of people had sort of I'll pass, just because they were jaded by the other 4 games.
I don't really think it's necessarily true. I mean, I'd certainly say 4 was, at least in my limited experience, I played a couple of hours of each of them, so it's really hard for me to judge, but also doing a lot of research on the games. It seems like 4 was a weaker game than 3. 2 was the weakest of the entire series. 1 was good, but it's very, very dated. I actually did play DMC 1 recently, and it's very hard to go back to. Because it's almost like, it's like the Resident Evil 2 style of thing. It's like, this is dated as shit. And it really doesn't suit me at all right now. It feels clunkier than I would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed by the way they handled the gameplay, and this one's very fluid. So you played it, switching between all the different weapons, and using the different hooks to swing and pull, and later in the game they make that, like, you have to be real good at doing that, where you're pulling stuff and jumping. It's really fun. And then the story is, it has the exact same amount of silliness, except now the silly is because Dante is just, stone cold badass. But he always was. But he isn't like over the top badass. He isn't like Ash from the Evil Dead series. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, where he's like an over the top character. He's just like, the situations are just silly, and the ending is one of those things where it's like, here we go, full circle. I'm completely satisfied now. And they pulled it off really well. And so I was like, and now we get a sequel. It's going to be great. And hearing this news, I'm a little depressed. I'll be honest. I'm
interested to see what the Virgil DLC does from a story standpoint. Because of all of the characters in the game so far, I do kind of like him.
Yeah,
I've heard... Sorry, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, the arguments that I've heard about the character in this new one is that, like, in the original, I mean, I never played the original Devil May Cry, so I can't really express my own opinion, but from my trusted friends there, what they express is, like, in the original ones, like, Dante was like this, like, badass, but he was like cool and calm and in control, and like he was confident about everything that he was doing. But in this one, I've like watched my friends like stream it, and like he's like flipping people off, and he's like having like, these like little, like, he just seems like he's unstable, angry. Like out of control. It's like an angry little boy sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. He's supposed to be younger, yeah.
He's less experienced. I think that's actually part of the character, and the fact of the matter is that
does he grow into that, like, in control?
Can I finger this one?
Yeah, of course you can, because you've actually beaten the game. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. So the spoiler finger's up. So mute your sound or whatever. Mm-hmm. In the end, when he battles Virgil, who is, they're both basically the same character, but one's gonna do things the good way and one's gonna do things the easy bad way. It's basically Magneto and
they're brothers.
Yeah, it's Magneto and Professor X basically. Yeah. But at the end, Dante gets his white hair. So basically,
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew it. I knew it.
So that's the thing. I'm not gonna spoil how, why, anything, but that's the big thing at the end. And so that's why I was like, freaking awesome. So it basically becomes the guy he is in the future, if you want to look at it that way, which is really cool. So I was impressed by that. Finger down.
I knew it.
Hopefully that explains it. I mean, does that work for you, Criken?
Yeah.
Does that work for you? Is that okay?
I never really had a problem with it. I was interested in hearing where it develops.
Yeah. So I mean, I was really really impressed with that little bit, and I was like, all right, cool. And so I expect that it will really, man. See, I'm mad because I fully expect that a sequel will be amazing, because the story, they really, the writers they got to work on this are, like I said, the first Devil May Cry franchise was like Evil Dead, where the hero got progressively more and more and more over the top. Like by the time of Army of Darkness, Asher is like, hair to the king, baby, like that kind of stuff. That was original Dante. This Dante isn't like that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Did he mute us because he doesn't want to know what's gonna happen? He thinks we're still talking about it.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna see how long it was gonna take you to get out of the cycle of and then I'm gonna go to break and stop this right now. When we come back, just have some ads. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game Station podcast. Shall we talk some news? It's probably a good idea.
Oh, you work too hard during the breaks. Criken and I were talking about Nintendo commercials because he is thinking of getting a Wii U, and so we were talking about the commercials and how all the trailers for all their games are 90% an Asian man talking and 10% actual footage. And so he was like, have you ever seen that trailer of the Nintendo Land trailer where it has the Nintendo family? And he's like, someone compiled all the clips of the Nintendo dad, and it's really creepy. And so I just linked that to Dodger, and it's amazing. The Nintendo dad is maybe a little creepy.
It's all the
I
fake
linked it in
store-bought
you.
families that they use for the commercials. Shout
I
out.
get you.
It's called NintendoDad.avi. You guys can look it up. And
Oh my god.
It's
The
fine.
slow-mo, like near the end when he's all veiny, that's what killed me. I was just like,
They found an amazing actor for that.
Oh.
Again,
next time you watch those commercials, just watch one of the actors and just track every movement he does. Ugh.
that's one of my favorite things. I love that about video game companies now, where they try to make it like family oriented,
Try and make
and
it
then they hire a bunch of
never
actors.
make it natural.
Yeah, it's like, one, none of these people know each other, but they have to be a family, and two, they're all over the top creepy. Perfect. Great ad. All right, now news.
Yeah.
On to the news.
Sorry for interrupting.
There isn't actually a huge amount to cover this week, really.
Oh, so okay, then I
Oh,
helped
so Nintendo Dad. Let's discuss.
No, let's not. That's just
He's
not.
like, he is a good friend.
No. It sounds like a terrible idea. It's not interesting to anyone that hasn't watched it, so no. Just saying. Just being honest with you. Didn't want to lead you astray.
It was pretty interesting. I hate to break it to you. Sounds
Well,
like you.
You can go watch it on your own time. Sounds like a good idea.
I've got news, if I may.
You may. Did you turn your volume up, by the way? You actually seem quieter than you were before.
Yeah, you sound quieter than before.
Really? I turned it up higher. All right. Well, I'm gonna go check out my headphone after this. I mean, I should just try and talk louder. Like, what's?
Yeah, I mean, this level seems fine from what I can tell.
Okay.
We can fix it in post. It's not a big deal. Anyone watching live, you don't actually... Yeah, you're going to forget all of this afterwards. We're going to get a little clicky
Not
thing.
so much.
Oh, hey guys.
So what is your news?
So, I've got my my media connection out there. He's working live, bringing me the latest in the video game industry. He linked me a Forbes article about J.J. Abrams possibly working on a video game movie with Valve, either a Portal or Half-Life movie.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep.
Yeah. So I've always kind of wondered when video games and movies will like collide irrevocably. I feel like this could be the start, because I mean we've had great cinematic work from for Valve, for Blizzard, for I don't know. There've been tons of great companies doing like cinematic work, and I'm just waiting for that one movie that's entirely like a video game cinematic. And I don't know. I think it could actually turn out really well. Some people have.
You weren't impressed by Final Fantasy Spirits Within?
Maybe.
Or Advent Children?
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I much preferred Advent fan service over Spirits Within.
Me too.
Like, that was just an hour and a half of stupid shit versus Spirits Within where nothing happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really count the video game ripoff movies like Hitman. I saw Hitman. It was uncomfortable. It was like
They're replacing. Whoa, okay, first off, the Hitman movie. Did you see they're making a new one called Agent 47?
making a new one.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
What?
They're
I didn't know.
rebooting the franchise. This Timothy Oliphant, which I
How
think
do you,
was the guy.
how do you
from the
reboot a
first one.
franchise that's only had one movie in it? That's-
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. Timothy Oliphant, the guy in the first one, who has now blown up as an actor and does like a lot of other things, they're rebooting that one because that movie sucked. But they're replacing him with the guy who was in the Fast and the Furious movies, not the actor everyone knows.
Vin?
No,
I was gonna say, not Vin Diesel.
The other guy.
It
the
should
really-
be Vin.
The super duper skinny guy who is always like, I'm driving cars really fast, but I don't know how to act. That guy. He gets to play the new one. I don't know why that's the
Okay.
case, but
He looks nothing like him.
not at all. And
All
they're rebooting the entire thing.
What?
All right, check this out. Look up David Batis. He's the voice actor for Hitman from like all the from the original Hitman.
David
games.
what?
And everyone loves his voice. His voice is like David Bateson.
Yeah.
Bateson's got him.
Bateson. Yeah, he's like the iconic Hitman voice.
Oh my god, he
Everyone-
looks like Hitman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
and
does.
he looks like Hitman. Like he wanted to do the movie apparently, and they didn't use him. And he wanted to do the voicing for the most recent game, and originally they didn't use him, and then finally they caved after all the fans complained. And I don't understand why you would not use him. He is literally the voice of Hitman, and he
He
looks
is
just
quite
like Hitman.
literally Hitman as well. It's just
Yeah.
like, come on, he's
It
actually
upsets me.
bald.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so sad.
yeah. So
Well, I mean, I was actually bothered by the whole, Hitman's about 27 years old, apparently, in the movie. You know, and super
yeah,
hot,
yeah, he's
kind
like
of
a little
attractive bald guy. It's like, no!
Oh.
he's just-
Well, now they
Bro.
found an
And
even
give him, like,
super
a love
hottier,
interest,
attractive
and then he
bald
ends
guy,
up like
so-
falling for the love interest.
Gross.
That's not the Hitman everyone knows and loves. I mean, the only
Gross.
thing I liked about the movie was like this one little Easter egg thing they put in where like he runs past a hotel room and the kids are playing Hitman, and I was like, that's cute. And then after that, it's just downhill from there.
You know what? I love when in movies they do stuff like that. I don't remember which movie it is. It's going to drive me crazy, and someone will know this. But there's a movie that is, it might be like Independence Day or one of those movies, I don't know. But it's when Final Fantasy VIII was out.
It's definitely
And
not
there's a
Independence
scene,
Day.
there's a scene where these two, like people are running through a backyard, and there's these two kids playing Final Fantasy VIII multiplayer. And it's so cute. It's like, look at them. They're doing something that doesn't exist. I like when they put video games in movies and they have no idea what context. Like, no one's
Yeah.
gonna notice that shit.
Didn't
Like-
they put Halo on, didn't they put, what was it, Halo 2 or 3 on PC? It must have been Halo 3 on PC, and Dexter was playing it, and it sounded like an
Oh, yeah.
Atari. You remember that sound they come up with every
Oh,
time they have
yeah.
no idea what's going on with video games? They kind of doodle-doo-doo nonsense.
Breaking
Yeah.
Bad had Rage in it for like 8 episodes. Jesse was
Yeah.
playing Rage with like a light gun, and he's like
What?
running around the room shooting. And I
What?
was like, "This isn't a thing." Yeah,
Considering
On
the
Breaking Bad,
audience of
though.
Breaking Bad, you'd think they'd be smarter than that.
Well, hold
Yeah.
on, listen up. In Breaking Bad, there was one episode when they were like Jesse and like all his friends, they were like high on meth or whatever, and they had this like in-depth conversation on zombies between like the Nazi zombies and like Left 4 Dead zombies, and it was all accurate. I was following them, and I was like,
yes,
yeah,
no,
you're
that's the
right.
thing.
They actually
It's-
did their research. I was so impressed.
That's great.
The characters on that show are like totally legit, but that one thing was like game breaking for me that entire season.
Yeah.
because they kept going back to it where Jesse's sitting there and he's playing it when he's like drunk or whatever, and then one time he like has a freak out, and then of course they focus in the fact that it says rage at the end because he just raged, right? And I was like, what are you doing? It was amazing. What a great series. I just want to point that out.
I still haven't kept watching it because it's just so intense.
You should. By the point it's at, and halfway through season 5, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm at the very beginning of season 3 still.
I
Oh,
haven't
so you're
started
about-
it yet.
You're about to hit the part with rage, which will be so good.
Oh,
Now I don't
shit.
want to watch it because I'll just get grognardy.
You'll rage?
Oh,
Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll have neckbeard problems most likely during that, but we'll see. Maybe with a lot of hard drugs, I could stop it. Which would be appropriate considering the series.
I was
but
gonna
hey.
say, I
Considering
mean,
the-
if ever there was a
Considering top
time.
Japan.
Yeah, it's just like, can I just eat just an entire handful of crystal meth?
The blue
Is-
stuff,
is
you probably
a
could.
Crack rock.
I'm pretty
Make
sure,
it
gotta
crack.
pretty
find
sure that
that high-
would
Those are
probably
pretty
kill
tasty,
me.
actually.
But hey,
It looks like those rock candies that you get at like
delicious.
That's the
Yeah.
one thing I've learned from this. From that show, I learned crystal meth that it looks like rock candy.
It
It
does.
is frightening. I apparently am not a druggie enough to know what drugs look like, because you could have fooled me. I would have been like, give me some of that candy.
Oh, I didn't know this was a candy party.
So getting away from the hard drugs for a second, the subject of this being the reason that this has even come up in the first place is because the two keynote speakers at DICE 2013 are Gabe Newell and J.J. Abrams. As to why J.J. Abrams is there in a video game conference, one can only say.
Oh, can we get a Portal movie? All that
Right?
lens flare on the
I would
portals.
actually like
Oh. All
I mean,
that
the cool
shell.
thing is that they're
Love
currently
that.
debating. Like, they just posted a follow-up article on Rock Paper Shotgun like 7 minutes ago. That they're actually debating. Newell and Abrams are debating
off
the
the
merits
press,
of
right.
storytelling and stuff.
Oh. That's
Oh,
pretty cool.
someone in chat just posted it was Charlie's Angels was the movie with Drew Barrymore. That's where the kids are playing Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh,
Oh,
there
oh
you
my
go.
gosh, yes, when she like falls
Rolls down a
naked
hill?
in there,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
That's right. And then they talk about boobs. I remember that scene. It's good.
I feel good now because I know that I didn't make that up.
Like, did I dream this? Is this a
But
fever
anyway,
dream?
I think that's gonna be an amazing press conference because I know they'll be like, oh, it's nothing really important, and then gotcha, bitches. Like I hope that's what it is because I'm
Yeah.
on board.
J.J. Abrams is like really busy lately. I wonder what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
dude.
No man should have the kind of power that he has. He currently has
Yeah.
power over Star Trek and Star Wars. That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
And
but
now
J.J.
possibly Valve.
Yeah, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
J.J. Abrams though has the credibility to back stuff up. Like people may bitch about his lens flare in
Lens
movies,
flare.
which is kind of like a funny thing to do.
His
right?
explanation of that, by the way, was actually wonderful. Like, I hated it, but I read that and like, shit, I can't really argue with that. Like, he
What
went
was
on.
his explanation?
And let me see if I can find it, because I stumbled across it on Reddit, and it was actually a really great explanation. J.J. Abrams lens flare.
Because one of the things that I really appreciated in the Star Trek like reboot, yes, it didn't follow the, Gene Roddenberry, like Star Trek is about exploration and about it was an action film, sure. But
Yeah.
it was really entertaining.
Dude, it was
And-
great.
And one of the things that I thought that he did really well, that he does well in everything he does.
There
where-
it is. Got it.
Oh.
I've got it. So this quote is actually great. This is from an interview he did in 2009. And basically the interviewer had gone on to him about the lens flares. Yeah. So his answer to this was, the question was, I'm curious to hear more about why you decided to use so many lens flares and exactly when you decided to use them. And the response is, I don't know what you're talking about, laughs. I'm kidding. I know what you're saying with the lens flares. It was one of those things. I wanted a visual system that felt unique. I know there are certain shots where even I watch, I think, oh, that's ridiculous, that's too many. But I love the idea that the future was so bright it couldn't be contained in the frame. It's just like,
Oh.
that's actually kind of cool. It's like, it's not just, oh, here's some cool special effects. It's like this entire visual system that's supposed to represent this bright future and things like that.
Right.
And yeah, he then goes on to say, the flares weren't just happening from on-camera light sources, they were happening off-camera, and that was really key to it. I want to create the sense that just off-camera something spectacular was happening. There was always a sense of something, and always there's this really cool organic layer that's a quality of it, and things like that. And apparently none of them were CG. They were all actually put in live. They were all legitimate flares.
Well, that's
which
awesome.
is kind of neat. So
Can you imagine that set?
it
That would be hot as
pretty-
balls.
pretty
More
crazy.
lens.
We need more extras to hold the lights.
Yeah.
That's Star Trek in a nutshell, though. I mean, it used to be like all the phaser effects were basically just like a shitty laser dot pen bounced off a Coke can and things like that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
they used all sorts of stuff like that. It's like, I love that explanation. It's like, yeah, it was ridiculous, but here's why I did it. And it's like, well, shit, you know more about films than I do. I can't really argue with that. But yeah, it's it will be an interesting conference between the two of them, certainly. And, they're already talking about it and already debating things, and there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on.
So, and he also has the new Star Wars trilogy, right?
Yeah, he does. Which I'm not
But-
I'm not unhappy about that. Take it away from Lucas, for the love of God.
Yeah,
One of the best critiques I ever saw was Red Letter Media's thing about Star Wars. And how the new
that's
sucked.
isn't that like 5
And-
hours long?
Yeah. But in it, they do a bit where it's basically, this is why Star Wars was boring as hell, and it shows them walking. And he's like, all they did was walk everywhere they go. And he's like, and here's Star Trek. And it shows the new Star Trek movie. And everywhere they're going, they're running down halls and around corners. It's like, this is what happens when you use a real set. And I was like, there we go. That's why,
And then,
no matter what, the new one's going to be better.
Mhm.
And I
Because
think
J.J. Abrams
Plinkett-
knows how to make people move and do stuff.
Yeah, and I think Plinkett expressly said, like, J.J. Abrams should have directed the Star Wars prequels, and now, like, lo and behold, he's directing.
I'm
Yeah,
okay with that.
Yeah.
But
I'm
there-
I'm kind of
looking for it.
excited by it.
Everyone's complaining.
There are 2 other ones now, too. There are 2 one-offs Star Wars movies that
Yeah.
are coming out.
Isn't like a Yoda's
Really?
backstory is one of them?
Yeah, they're like 2 other separate movies. So there's 5 movies coming out, which is
Wow.
like, what? Disney got their hands on that franchise, and they're like,
He's running with it. Yeah.
Totally fine by me. Pretty much
I'm out.
everything Disney's put out over like the past 10 years, especially through Pixar, has actually been great. So aside from Cars
Yeah.
2, fuck that. But everything else was really good.
Cars.
you don't like
Yeah. I love
Mater?
Disney, actually.
Tom Ader.
Let me
Tom
put it
Ader?
this way: I had to watch that film about 20 times because, like, when Orion was 5 years old, that was kind of his thing, and he loved that. Thankfully, he's gotten over that now and has no desire to watch Cars 2 because it is apparently dreadful. So-
Oh.
oh God.
Oh, someone said in chat, one of the movies should be about Han Solo. I would kill for a Han Solo movie.
Oh,
Oh my
especially like
God.
gritty
yeah,
Han Solo.
origin
Fuck
Han
yeah.
Solo
there is
movie
one.
would be bad ass.
Yes,
just
that would be
saying.
amazing. I want that.
That would be very cool.
If it's a
And it
solo
could be
one, that's
told by
brilliant.
an old Han Solo to his grandchildren. I want that so.
And
I
then
just
turns
look.
into
I just want to
Indiana
see.
Jones.
I just want to
Find
see all
time
the
machine.
original actors back in it. It'd be so good.
I don't know if I do want to see that. Like, especially Mark Hamill. He has not aged well, I'm afraid.
Mark Hamill will just play the Joker.
Yeah,
He'll show up and
he
be
is
like,
the Joker now.
That's. I don't know how it fits, but we'll make it work. It's work, Disney.
Yeah,
See,
none of
Schneider.
this is about video games at all, and this is the risk of where we go to movies. But
Movies, video games, whatever.
yeah, we always end up having the same conversation about movies, and we always come to the conclusion that video game movies. Well, Silent Hill was pretty good, and then Prince of Persia was good for what it was, even if it was nothing like Prince of Persia, and that's where the whole conversation ends because we can't think of any other good one, unless you count Mortal Kombat, which some people
Which
do.
I do.
Hey,
Yeah.
By the way, it's just been confirmed. I know we just want to get off the topic, but it is young Han Solo movie, and the other one is a Boba Fett movie.
Oh, Boba Fett.
movie, yes.
Yeah, that's
I'm in for
Those
that.
are confirmed. Those
Fuck
are
yeah.
confirmed.
absolutely.
How many origin films are they gonna make? Jesus.
Hopefully
I don't know,
all
but
of
I hope
them.
they make a bunch. That's exciting. I'm down for that.
They already did the origin story of Vader. It was dreadful, so it can only go up
we
from
don't need
here.
that.
The Emperor's origin story would be great because it's like really
kinda
he's
saw that
already
before.
like
That's-
200 years old by the
Oh,
time that episode
Yeah,
one
until
begins.
then. Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Even before that.
Though he could be thrown in there. He could be the character that runs through all the one-offs. Dude, that'd be
Ooh.
amazing.
Ooh,
He's always
yes, I think
there.
you figured it out. I think you figured it out. Now they're gonna have to rewrite it because you.
Yeah.
Rewrite everything. He was
They're
there the
like,
entire
oh,
time.
that's so smart. Scrap
remember,
it,
he-
start
He
over.
foresaw everything, so he was there the entire time, and he knew it was going to come to that. But strangely enough, he didn't foresee his own death.
I
Maybe-
hope
but-
they blow
but he
up Neptune.
did.
That's the first thing they do. Get rid of Jar Jar Binks and all his fucking.
Jar Jar Binks' origin story. Misa no
Oh,
like the
God.
origin story, Annie.
But
Die,
bear in mind, he
Jar
very
Jar.
much did foresee it because of the whole he basically cloned himself like 50
That's true.
bazillion
In the
times before he
expanded
did it.
universe. That's
Well, yeah,
true.
like one of the better Dark novels, which I can't remember the sodding name of. It was Dark Empire, wasn't it, or something like that, where he comes back.
Yes.
It's like I have a 17-mile long Star Destroyer with a Death Star laser, and it's like power creep across the fucking Star Wars universe.
That's right. Yes, because the core worlds. Oh, I know all about it. I know all about it. Those were the late 90s. I know
Mhm.
that.
Yeah. At least Jar Jar Binks will most likely not be involved in any of this shit, so
Yeah.
that's always good.
Or they should at least like have one of them like say half a line and then get shot or something like that. Just
Oh, gunning down Gungans, I would be absolutely up for.
Yes. Oh,
Is that a game?
Battlefront. I mean,
Is that a game that exists called like
Yeah,
Gun down
Battlefront.
Gungan.
Battlefront 2. You
Bless
can
you.
play as the robots. You can just gun down the Gungans, and that was
That's brilliant.
one of my favorite game modes. Everyone wants the next Battlefront to come out, but I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you
one
could
of the
do that
saddest
in
stories.
Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds as well, but annoyingly enough, they
Yeah.
balanced the Gungans so they were actually reasonable fighters.
No.
So it was really
No.
hard to kill them all.
No.
They need to be just like fodder for every game in
Yeah,
Star Wars possible.
Definitely. They're the halflings of this game.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll move on, shall we? There's an interesting little article I want to talk about, if you don't mind, and that is going to be the one that I've managed to remove from my tabs. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's a Gama Sutra article about what Americans spent on video games in 2012, including a few interesting numbers here and there from the NPD group, which is, of course, notoriously inaccurate. But hey, we'll talk with them anyway. So apparently, collectively spent $14.8 billion on video games in 2012. Estimates from the NPD group, which most likely does not include... Well, it doesn't include hardware and accessories, so this is just games. And while it claims digital, it probably doesn't, because NPD are notorious for ignoring PC entirely. So that ignores stuff like free-to-play spends, MMO spends, and all sorts of things like that. What it indicates is that that's a 22% decline in 2012, apparently. And they also indicate that digital sales are on the rise, up 16%.
Yeah.
Does not surprise me at all. I actually expected it to be bigger.
Yep. I suppose it's kind of a slow transition, especially for console users. I think that maybe a lot of PlayStation users are getting into it with the whole Plus thing, but with an Xbox, why the hell would you?
What digital options are there for consoles? Because I'm pretty solely a PC gamer now, but
Basically, it's a single store. So with Xbox Live Arcade, that's the only thing you can do on Xbox. PS3 has the PlayStation Store, and that's the only thing you can buy from. And then there is, for Wii, it's the eShop. Same with the DS. So there are really no options whatsoever. It's essentially a monopoly on each system. Which is not so good, actually. Unless, of course, you're talking
Yeah.
about Sony, because PlayStation Plus is ridiculously good value. But everything else is kind of... I would say Microsoft Store's probably the worst, because they actually make you pay for the privilege of using it, which is a fucking joke. Xbox Live actually costs money every month. And then you get served ads even after that. It's dreadful. It is. You have to pay money every month in order to actually play online, which no other system does. It's bullshit.
I was trying to change the email connected to my Xbox account, and it was like, all right, we'll get back to you in like 3 months.
Yeah, sounds
Wait,
about
what?
right.
I need to get on now.
Sounds about right. For Xbox Live Arcade, definitely, it's pretty dreadful. But as I said, it's not. There's not really so much you can draw from these numbers, because, as we've seen many times before, it completely ignores PC and God knows what else when it comes to digital stuff. And there's a lot of money being thrown at free-to-play games. There's a lot of money. I mean, does this even include in-app purchases, for instance? No idea. Numbers don't indicate that. So it's incredibly hard to even make a conclusion on these numbers. But, of course, some people will say, oh, death of traditional video games. But at the end of the day, 2013 is an exciting prospect, because by the looks of it, if these rumors are anything to go by, and the announcement by Sony, we may very well get the PS4 announcement later this month, I believe on the 20th of February.
Did you see the article speaking of the future of video games, you see that article I linked at the very bottom there? My personal hero...
it's by David Cage, Jesus.
My personal hero, David Cage,
Okay.
says the game industry has Peter Pan syndrome and they need to grow up.
Damn! Ow!
And
oh, no,
he
you
basically,
didn't.
He basically says that of the 30 best-selling games, franchises, that most of them are from Nintendo, and the rest are like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto style games, or Connect games. He's like, and that's it. 21 out of the 30 come from Nintendo. He's like, only 3 genres make the charts anymore: kids games, casual games, and violent action games. And he's like, when you think about it, you realize we used to be... It used to have all the same themes and the same worlds. He's like, for about 40 years, if you're a hero, you need to free someone, whatever. He's like, really? It's still kind of the same thing. He's like, when you look at Wolfenstein 1992 versus Call of Duty 2012, we have an advance in graphics, but if you look at the content, you realize we haven't advanced much. And then he just breaks it down into, like, categories of what we should be looking for in games. Like, make a game for all audiences, change the paradigms of the game, make it important, like have an important meeting in it.
This is a huge list.
Accessible, bring other talent on board, establish new relationships with Hollywood, change our relationship with censorship. So basically, it's like, write and do what you want and make it good. Don't censor yourself. Like, it's a giant article saying, like, we can be better. I love you, David Cage. You're my hero. You're the best. I enjoy that. He's like, look, we can do better than this. It's time to grow up, guys.
Yeah, I feel like everybody feels that way, though. The problem is that it's almost impossible to change on a mass scale what the market will buy. Like, there's no way to be like, would you just grow up and like some different kinds of games, guys?
Yeah.
Like, no, but I like shooting things,
Mm-hmm.
There's just a standard type of game that people have become accustomed to and that they know that they like. And I think that there are plenty of people who are making different types of games and they wind up being like, yeah, these are good games. They're good. But they wind up just staying as this one solo innovative piece that just kind of sits there.
Yeah,
My favorite is go for it.
I feel really strongly that like our taste in games like relies heavily on what games we were introduced like to, and there's I mean, obviously as video game has evolved, we have a very different consumer base, and like for example, I grew up on like the Rareware games of like Donkey Kong, like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, that sort of stuff. So like I valued like storytelling and like exploration, characters, and so then when I go into my gaming now, I kind of take that interest with me subconsciously almost, and I kind of extract whatever I play, the games that I play now. I extract whatever I enjoyed from my youth out of them now. And a lot of the kids today, like it's kind of unfair to just assume that they're all playing Call of Duty and whatnot, but I don't know. I feel like that's, at least in the schools, like it's kind of like a social thing. It's more like, how good are you at Call of Duty? Like it's a competition thing, and it means more kids are playing. I don't know. It's really hard to pinpoint, especially because I don't have any statistical data to back it up. Really, it's just my observations. But
well, at the end of his article, he says something that you said earlier, which is that we should look at the importance of gamers. He's like, I often think that buying or not buying a game is almost like a political vote. You decide if you want the industry to go in a direction or not go in a direction. Buy crap, you get more crap. Buy exciting, risky games, you get more of them. When you buy a game, you vote for where you want the industry to go. And
right.
So, I mean, that's absolutely correct. And that's what you said earlier when we were talking about Devil May Cry, is people don't buy risky things anymore, and that's why we get the same stuff we've always gotten, because it's safe.
I mean, I've always debated with like a friend of mine. Like we both really like the Elder Scrolls series. He likes it predominantly for Morrowind because he loves the atmosphere of Morrowind and like the fact that like it was a challenging game where even though the combat system was horrible, you were thrown in and you had to like, depending on where you went in the map, you would face different difficulties. Like the world was really persistent. It had a much different feeling than the later games. And then like Oblivion came out and it was just kind of, the atmosphere was more bland, everything kind of looked the same. But Oblivion was the first game that I played, and I played that, and at first I was kind of like, I didn't know what to think about it. But once you get into the towns and like you start getting involved with like the quest lines and the guilds and like, it's, you come to value the series for different things depending on which game you played first. So he hated Oblivion because he really liked the environment and like the challenge of it. But I really liked Oblivion because I loved the storylines and the progression of your character.
Same thing, so actually. That's when I came into the series too.
So, I mean, a lot of people say like, oh, Oblivion sucks because of this, or Morrowind sucks because of this. I think you just need to, or even Skyrim sucks because, it doesn't combine the two in a fair way or something like that. It really depends on which you started with. A lot of people love Skyrim, but can't play Oblivion, can't play Morrowind, and then, vice versa. Right. So I think you need to keep in perspective where people came from.
Yeah, it ties in quite nicely to what we were mentioning earlier about DMC and Dead Space 3 as well. Because if you come into the series of Dead Space 3 at the third game, then you have certain expectations going into it, which are different to the expectations of the people that play Dead Space 1 and 2. DMC, exactly the same thing. So you're going to get a wildly different experience. And again, nobody is wrong there because this is entirely subjective stuff. You can argue and quibble about game mechanics all you damn well please, but at the end of the day, the most important thing about game mechanics is how you as a player interpret them and how you use them. Some people are going to hate certain mechanics, some people are really going to love them. There is no right answer there. And when it comes down to innovation, you're exactly right. I mean, a lot of us started off on very, very basic games, but we started off at a time when the games industry was just finding its feet and there was a lot of crap and there were a lot of clones out there, but there was also quite a lot of innovation because people were trying new ideas because those ideas just had flat out not been done before. And as a result, a lot of those games still sucked because mechanically they were dreadful. And it's funny that I just said, oh, well, there's no right and wrong. There is, actually, when it comes to some mechanics. But right now, we've got to the stage where mechanics are so developed because they've had 30 years to be refined that it comes down to whether or not you personally enjoy the mechanic more so than whether or not the mechanic's bad. There are some games where mechanics clearly suck, but for the most part, it's very situational and very subjective. And yeah, I suppose that does affect your attitudes. People just coming into gaming a couple of years ago with Call of Duty, playing nothing but Call of Duty and Battlefield, then you can't expect them to just go and enjoy Journey, because that's not what they got into the gaming for in the first place.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that it would be fair to say that, like the further back you go, the less choices there are in terms of what game you can buy and what game you can play? And like now there are just so many possibilities of games that people fall more into the sheep syndrome quicker because they want to have something telling them what game to play or what games are worth their time.
I mean, back in the day, there were a lot of video games, but most of them sucked, and a lot of them were clones, and you could throw a video game, you could have one programmer throw a video game together in the 80s and sell it, and it would be absolute shit, but it would still make money, right? Because the overheads were so low. Mm-hmm. This is why there were so many terrible movie games. This is the reason E.T. exists. They were rushing a game out to try and get it out for the movie, and it was dreadful in every way, but it didn't really matter because they were shoving it out there for the movie, right? And, if not for so many returns, that game might have been successful commercially. And I think that we're now in a situation where there is an awful lot of choice, and games are also, of course, fairly expensive. And as a result, I suppose people will go for the easier option because they're not looking to advance the games industry. That's what it's actually kind of not consumers' job, and this is where I sort of disagree with David Cage to some degree. I think consumer responsibility is important, but you can't lay too much responsibility on the consumer. It's still down to the publisher to make that stuff. And at the end of the day, you're not going to blame someone for buying something they're comfortable with because there are some of us that are really passionate about video games, but the vast majority of people are just buying something to entertain them for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be the goddamn Iliad, It can just be a game with guns.
Can we get
in
an
it.
Iliad the game, please?
Yes.
I was going to say, that sounds
amazing.
Followed up by
wonderful.
the Odyssey the game.
Let's get that done.
That sounds wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Great,
totally up for that. So, and at the end of the day, even stuff like that, the really complex stuff, you talk about like movies, you're looking at things like Citizen Kane, and it's like everyone recognizes that as a good movie, but not everyone enjoys watching it. And you're not necessarily going to the cinema to see the next Citizen Kane, although every now and again something like that kind of happens. More often than not, you go into the cinema to waste 2 hours with your friends, eat popcorn, and lounge around while stuff explodes. And
Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunter.
Hansel and Gretel
God,
Witch
I want
Hunters.
to see that so
Holy
bad.
shit.
Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, pretty much.
I
And
told Ro that I wouldn't go see it unless she went with me because we both have wanted to see it for so long. So I was like, I'll wait until you're free. We'll go together. I still haven't seen that movie. I want to see it so bad. Anyway, continue.
I suppose you can't necessarily expect all consumers to be really high-minded about video games, because at the end of the day, they're still video games. Even us, who supposedly have decades of experience and a lot of us critique games for a living, we still enjoy stupid stuff like Bulletstorm and things like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, it's mindless violence. And even Dead Space 3 to some degree as well. There's nothing really high-minded about Dead Space 3. It's got a few scares, and it's mostly about dismembering dudes and creeping around.
Got some nice creature design.
Yeah. Creeping around old spaceships, building guns that have more guns attached to them. It's not an intelligent game.
Guns on
But it
top
doesn't
of
have to
guns.
be either. So I don't know. I don't know what David Cage really expects. I don't necessarily disagree with what he's saying. I just think that some of it may be unrealistic. But what I do like about it is that a lot of it is from the developer's point of view. It's like the changing our relationship with censorship, that to me is one of the most important things. Because that's the thing which holds back games from being anything more than teenage fantasy stuff. And instead of just being a proper grown-up medium. We're still in a situation where BioWare has to censor sex scenes because of a side boob. Yeah? Whereas HBO shows have regular graphic sex scenes and all sorts of stuff like that on a regular basis, and they're hailed by critics as being fantastic.
You guys heard about the complaint apparently that in Borderlands was the tiny
Yeah, the Tiny Tina
Tiny
thing.
Tina?
That was
Yeah.
the
How she's
stupidest thing
apparently
I've heard in a
racist.
long time.
and yeah. I
What
mean, I
about
don't know the
wait?
whole
What? No,
story.
explain.
All right, you can explain it.
Yeah, I can, because I covered this in Content Patch like 2 days ago. So Mike Sacco, who is, I believe he's actually a contractor for Cryptozoic. He was initially represented by all of the news articles as being basically being like a creative designer there. He's mostly a contractor, I believe, involved with the WoW TCG to some degree. He basically tweeted at Anthony Birch, who is the guy that you see in Hey Ash, What You Playing, and also happens to be the lead writer on that game. And he tweeted to him saying, hey, loving Borderlands 2, but this whole white girl talking like them urban folks thing has got to go. And a couple of other people, like someone compared it to verbal blackface, because this white character, this white teenage girl was talking like... And I'm not even going to say talking like a black person, because it's not, because I know for a fact that there are plenty of white or Asian or green teenagers that talk exactly like that, and it's got nothing to do with race. It's just basically talking sort of urban speak, ebonics kind of nonsense. Jesse can probably do an exceptionally good impression
I
of
got
it.
all sorts of
Look at his
text
little
messages
smile.
from
He's
my
waiting.
friends
Yeah.
after that game came out being like, so was this character based on you or what? It's like, oh.
True, you are very racist. And no one knows this, but you are a horrible racist.
Well,
Now
she is the
everybody
whitest
knows.
person on the show right now, so...
It's true.
I think it's supposed
It's
to do
the
with the lighting.
glare,
It's the
guys.
lighting, yeah. I'm also I'm almost kind of annoyed with myself for making that... What the hell are you doing?
Go on.
You're not allowed to pull a Crendor on us. That can't be done. I was kind of annoyed by even making that story bigger than it was, because a lot of sites picked it up. I guess it was a slow news day, and I picked it up as well because I felt that the topic itself needed to be addressed.
Yeah.
And it kind of feeds into this whole censorship thing within video games. But the actual accusation is just it's not even borderline stupid, it is actually stupid. Like, if you make that claim, you are out of your mind.
I'll be honest, I don't even care. I thought she was the best character in the game.
Dude, me too.
And
I love her.
She was hilarious, Ash. Very funny, just in general, that YouTube show,
Yep.
hilarious. And so that character was like the bright spot of that entire game for me. So that guy's a dick. He should shut up, because 11-year-old girls acting like straight gangsta G's is hilarious.
And
No matter
also
where you're from.
incredibly common if you've ever met any of them. There's a lot of teenagers that talk that way. This is not unusual.
It was funny. So, you know what? Get that stick out your ass. It was hilarious.
Get it out your butt.
Out your butt.
Out
I don't want to
your
go
butt.
Medea on you, but I will. I've been watching every Medea movie. Holy crap. I am in love with Medea.
Let's not take this tangent.
Don't tell him mess with me. I
Oh,
killed
Jesus
Tupac.
Christ.
She says she killed Tupac. Medea killed Tupac. It's amazing. Best. The best. Tyler Perry, call me. We'll make a movie.
Please, for the love
I'll
of
dress
God,
up as a
stop.
woman too. It'll be amazing. Oh, child. What do you want?
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
no. All that.
Mm,
Up your
yeah.
butt.
Oh,
Apparently.
God.
All right, well, I think that covers the news, as it were, as well as some of the non-news. And we got release lists and we've got trailers. What do you want to do first?
Release list is, I think.
Release
is the
list.
best way
All
to
right,
do
yeah,
it.
we can crack through that pretty quickly. So,
There's one reason why, really, we should do that first.
oh, God. Jesus Christ.
February 7th.
Hate you. February 6th, as in today, Special Forces Team X, which is a game by Zombie Studios, is out on PC and Xbox Live. The game itself is a $15 third-person shooter, and it's got a sort of comic book art style to it. It's a cover-based multiplayer shooter. It has chainsaws in it, and there are dog missiles. So
Dog
just
missiles.
dog
Oh.
missiles. Mhm.
Sounds good.
Essentially attack dogs that act like missiles, which is pretty funny.
Oh,
So
I thought it was a dog-shaped missile.
if it was a dog-shaped missile, it would have been better. But as it turns out, it is a.
I
It's-
just imagine kitten cannon, but with dogs.
It's more of a dog with a missile personality that he's developed.
Okay.
Over a while.
Missile personality?
Mhm. Yeah,
So wait, the dog thinks he's a missile?
pretty much. All dogs think they're missiles. Yeah. Also, one of the neat things about this is that they have this weird system whereby the maps are compartmentalized, and you mix and match 3 sections of the map before you start the game. So there's actually over like 100 different map combinations as a result of this, which is kind of sweet. So you got like 100 maps right out of the box, and you've got like the section A, B, and C, and then you vote on which ones you want, and then they slap them all together and make a map out of it, which is a kind of neat feature. I like that. Aside from that, it's, you know, it seems like I only played a little bit of it this morning, but I played the alpha when I went to the studio. It seems like a pretty fun deathmatch game for the most part, with some silly things in it, so it might be worth your time. February 7th, Fist of the North Star, Ken's Rage 2 is coming out for a variety of platforms, including Wii U. Well, I guess that's, you know, the first Wii U game is worth buying in like 2 months, but, you know.
Oh, I'm getting it. I'm so excited. Wii U, my favorite part is I'll go into, like, say, a GameStop, and I'll be like, hey, can I get that Wii U game? And they'll look at me and be like, we may not even have that, sir. Like, they don't sell. I find the weirdest Wii U games. They're like, I don't think we even sell that here. Why is it on your shelf? Just for looks, I guess. So, good job, GameStop. Keep it up. You're doing great.
It's
I'm
good.
getting that tomorrow.
Yep.
It's going to be amazing.
What else do we have?
February 8th, we sing 80s. What?
Jesus God. I thought this was a good month for games. Apparently, it's just not a good week for games, but there you go.
No.
February
Well,
12th,
February
Brain
12th.
Age Concentration Training.
That's the 10th.
10th. You're right. Yes.
We don't want people to miss that one.
Mm-hmm.
Brain Age is an important franchise, you guys. It exercises your brain places.
Oh, God. February 12th, Aliens Colonial Marines for PS3, Xbox, and PC.
Yay!
That looks really cool. I was looking
Mhm.
at that right now, actually.
It's kind of a big deal.
I played the earlier Aliens, Alien versus, or is it Aliens for? Yeah, Alien versus Predator.
Mhm.
On
Which
PC.
one?
I-
There's 3 of them.
The most recent one.
Oh, the bad one. Okay.
I guess some people didn't like it. I mean,
It was okay. It
single
wasn't as
player
bad
was
as people
kind of
claimed.
competitive. Yeah, I actually found it entertaining. I mean, like the animations alone of like being able to assassinate each.
It takes so long. It's just like fucking laborious. Like, you're not. It's like, come
yeah.
on, you're just showing off now. It's just like, you know, you're
Yeah,
holding the corpse to 2 different parts of it, sort of waggling it around a bit. It is
Can
a fun
I-
game
I,
though.
I enjoyed it.
The
So I'm looking forward to this
original
one,
is a
too.
lot better though. Like, if you want, the original is actually terrifying. Its single player campaign is really scary.
I don't know if you
I love
guys
the
remember
classic
this game,
shooting ones.
but it's officially my must-buy arcade cabinet that if I find it, it's an insta-purchase, is the old Aliens versus Predator arcade game where you played as like the 5 different types of
Yes.
aliens and the humans, and you went around shooting the aliens. It was like it was a side-scroller. It was wonderful. Wonderful. And I've never seen it ever since, like, you know, the late 90s. But if I ever see it again, I'm instantly buying it. Because that was an amazing game.
I'm
Like,
actually
one guy threw blades, and one guy had, like, a machine gun, and one alien was like a sniper. It was wonderful.
I'm looking at it right now, and it looks absolutely fantastic.
Right?
This is I love that. It's basically Streets of Rage on crack with aliens and predators in it. I've got to get this on MAME.
I need a cabinet of that, and I'd be so happy.
That
It
might be
looks
pricey,
amazing.
but not impossible.
What's it
But
called again?
it's just
I think
Alien
it's Aliens
vs
versus-
Predator arcade. You could probably get a
It's-
MAME ROM for it.
It's so cool.
Oh yeah,
And-
I want to play
so you
that.
could be humans, or you could be predators, and you killed 1,000 aliens. Like, that
Yeah.
was the game. They just kept coming at you. And there was queens, different special units, and all the different guys had just amazing abilities. It was such a fun game. It's the same era that had the Ninja Turtles arcade and the Simpsons arcade. Basically, they took all the franchises, made them the exact same way, but they were all terrific. Even the Avengers one of the X-Men arcade was
brawlers, yeah.
X-Men, welcome to die. Still,
welcome to die is brilliant. There's actually a place nearish to us that actually has a 6-player X-Men cabinet, and it's just like, wow, that's incredible. I think that alien shooting fireballs. This is not canon, but
you don't know that. You don't know that.
You guys ever downloaded like the online versions of those old arcade games and tried to play them with a fight stick because they're hilarious?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, what's just...
Well, I have my iCade over there, and I managed to get a MAME emulator on my iPad because it was accidentally up for a day. And they just did it again. There's a new game that came out that uses MAME and is licensed, but you can sort of sideload onto it when it's got a new MAME emulator on it. So I'm thinking maybe I can get that to work on my iCade, and I could play that on my iPad with like stick and everything, and it'll be great. So we'll see how that turns out. But the new version, Aliens Colonial Marines, which is probably nothing like that game, is coming out on February the 12th. PC, Xbox, and PS3. And we've also... Immersive City of Gangsters is actually already out, so I'm not even sure why that's there. And apparently it's kind of so-so. I'll probably do it in about a week. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transform for 3DS, like literally the only platform that doesn't have it yet, is going to be available on February 12th, as well as a version of Alien Breed, which is actually kind of exciting, for PlayStation Network and PlayStation Vita. Sweet.
Huh.
I missed that. What?
Alien Breed. Freaking Alien Breed.
Okay.
It's a great game. Amazing game.
I'm caught up now.
Cool. Alien Breed. What else is coming out? We've got 2 of the Ys games. Ys 1 and 2 is actually coming out for PC. I don't really know why they're bringing the Ys games to PC, but I'm cool that they are. And Empire is surprisingly coming out on the 14th of February. This is a game that I previewed pre-alpha 6 months ago, and is kind of Dungeon Keeper-esque with a little bit of...
Does it have to do with imps?
Yes, you play an imp, and your imp is upgradable. You can get bigger wings, and you can do all sorts of great stuff.
I'm in.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
It was when I played it in the pre-alpha, it's okay, but bear in mind it is a Paradox game, which means that, you know, considering their past track record, it's probably going to come out buggy as hell. Let's hope that that doesn't happen. But I will look at that when it comes out. And February 19th, we have, and this is in the US, the 21st in the EU, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, because it's not even a real word.
Yes!
That sounds like, I swear to God, that sounds like titles of YouTube videos I made when I'm trying to be funny with the word revenge.
The Revengeance-ing. Yeah.
That is not even a thing.
Yeah, it's the cool thing about this is it's got very little to do with Metal Gear. It's a spin-off franchise called Rising, which means that you don't have to deal with any of the stupid plot and anything. And it's by Platinum Games, the guys who made Bayonetta and Mad World and shit like that. So it's a 60 frames per second slash 'em up spectacle fighter game with Raiden as a cyborg. And you slice things into pieces, and it's kind of fun. I played the demo, and I was really impressed by it, so I'm probably going to pick it up.
Dude, you want to know how long I've been waiting for that game? That game was starting to like be announced and had its first trailer out when I started my show.
Oh. It's been a while then.
It's been a long time. It's been like a couple years.
Yeah.
A little more than a couple years.
Gonna play the shit out of it, though. Gonna give it a try. And also Crysis 3, kind of important. February 19th. PS3, Xbox, and PC. It's Crysis. I'll pick it up because it's Crysis. What else do you need to know? Play the multiplayer beta. It's so-so. And it's already got hackers in it, which is really bad news. So here's hoping they tighten that up. And yeah, it's kind of about it, really. I don't want to go any further than that 'cause it's like 2 weeks in advance. There's also a game called Hakuki Warriors of the Shinsenegumi, which is a PSP game.
Of course it is.
Naturally, of course. A Generation of Chaos, Pandora's Reflection, which I think is an RPG.
Of course, that's on PSP as well.
Yeah. And Urban Trial Freestyle, PS3, Network, and PlayStation Vita. Yeah, sounds fun.
Awesome.
Whoa!
Good.
Whoa! Breaking news. Have you guys seen this yet? Project Blackstone's up.
That's been up for like 2 days, right? It looks like it's an alternate reality game linked to StarCraft. I just got a thing where you can get in. So you go in there and it's an ARG for StarCraft. Yeah, it's some kind of StarCraft ARG. They actually set up like 12 different Twitter accounts of characters who are tweeting each other. They even mentioned our esports team. They said they were talking about Axiom work tools and things like that, and It was pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with it, but it looks pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Nice
Yeah.
little ARG.
That's interesting. I'll check that out after we get done here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. If it ends in the announcement of StarCraft Ghost, I'd be sort of happy and then also not at all.
Project Titan with StarCraft Ghost all along.
Well, Titan, they said, was a new IP, so it seems unlikely. Unless they were lying, which that very well could have been.
I mean,
it's Storecraft Ghost, and you just buy stuff. She goes to the store.
That's the iPad version.
it's actually a store management game, but you play a ghost.
The war is over.
Shelves!
I have no
restock the
applicable
shelves, invisible.
real-life skills, so I must take a low-end, unskilled labor job.
Yes. They just can't let go of the suit. They were injured in combat and need a new reason.
A new reason to live, so they found a
Yes.
department store.
That needs to be a fan art. Is Storecraft Ghost, and she's just restocking shelves, and Zerglings are walking through in the vegetables. And
Right.
stuff.
I love it.
Yep. All right, let's do a few trailers before we round up and go to the break, and then we can finish off the show. So I have 3 trailers, one of which is for Empire. So should we start with that one?
Oh.
Let's do it. Here we go. There's a new trailer for Empire. There you go, folks. Empire coming out in about a week's time, give or take.
That
That
music
looks pretty fun.
is the best.
Great music, awesome music. There is actually a name of the band. Let me find the name for you so you can check it out for yourselves. There's just a perfect piece of music for that. It is apparently by a fellow called Frozen Steel. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's about his power metal. Lenny Frozen Steel Spetzer. You can check out his music on reverbnation.com/frozensteelmetal. That is reverbnation.com/frozensteelmetal. And by the looks of his image, he looks like a perfect candidate to be the next Hitman. So, it should work out pretty well.
Good. I hear they're looking for an actor.
Apparently so. Yeah, there are 4 songs on there, and 3 of them are free to download, so add to your collection with that. But, yeah, I mean, what I played of Empire was pretty good. It had some elements from Dungeons, which was an okay-ish game. Then it had some Dungeon Keeper-esque stuff in it, although it's very clearly not the Dungeon Keeper game that everybody wants. But it's close enough. And it had this weird sort of overworld thing where you sent out parties to raid different areas for resources and steal stuff. And it's not a bad game. Like, even what I played at the pre-alpha seemed like it had actually quite a lot of cool stuff going. So...
Cool.
Anyone
like
complaining about the
the
stream,
art
there's
style.
literally nothing I can do about that, so there's no point in complaining. It's all Twitch's fault. So you can just watch it on the VOD.
Twitch, God.
Yep.
I'd say the art style of the Empire game looks like pretty similar to Magicka. I know it's the same.
Yeah, very similar.
Same publisher, not
little-
the same dev.
Yeah.
The little imp guy is disturbingly cute. Like,
Yeah, you
So
get upgrades
cute.
for him. You can, basically, as you level him up, he becomes... The storyline is that basically the ultimate devil of hell was summoned, but he was summoned by an incompetent summoner that got him stuck in this tiny little imp body. So he becomes the advisor as he tries to grow back into his full demon form and take over the universe. So,
Gotcha. Thus, the upgrading. I get
yeah,
it.
upgrading. So you get bigger wings and horns and all sorts of cool stuff. And your imp can actually fight as well, so that's pretty cool.
What if I
Very
just
happy
want
with
to keep
that.
him that small and cute?
You probably can. You most likely can just choose not to upgrade him.
Because that's what's gonna happen.
I won. Yeah.
Indeed. So that's
Empire
coming.
Metal is one of the ones that's free.
Yep, it's called Empire Metal, so you can just download the full track of that, which is awesome. All right,
Done,
shall
I
we
did
also
it.
have a look at something that's coming out at the end of February? It's an expansion pack for Heroes of Might and Magic 6, which includes a new race called the Dark Elves.
No.
And this is suitably cheesy, so let's take a look.
Peggy 16.
The Dark Elves were born during a night filled with betrayal that began when the Elf King Arniel stood aside as the Holy Empire invaded Queen Twidana's lands. In desperation and anger, Twidana made a pact with the Dragon Goddess of Darkness and her minions, the Faceless. And so, this clan of rebel elves became the Dark Elves, and their new allies, the Faceless, took them into exile below the earth, away from the light. Their queen dead, their clan persecuted and broken, they wither while waiting with little hope for a new leader to rise. Raylag, Twidana's first heir, can unite his weary people by forging an alliance with the mighty Black Dragons. But the young prince will also learn that it is hard to discern friend from foe when the world is painted in shades of darkness.
There you go. It's a trailer for A Valley Without Wind 2. It doesn't really present itself all that well, does it?
I am.
I think it did, but I had a problem with the ending logo. I don't think that they should have called it Valley 2, A Valley Without Wind. It was like, is it called Valley 2 or is it
No,
Valley Without Wind 2? And they just decided
It's
to
Valley
make
Without Wind 2. They had two twos there, so it's like 22.
Yeah.
What?
I-
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I couldn't figure out what kind of game it was supposed to be because halfway through it's like commence with hacking and it's like him in front of a computer. It's like, wait, 5 minutes ago you're running through a desert fighting demons. What is happening here? I don't even know. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
But I do appreciate
overworld.
because like the style of game is the sort of game where if you just look at gameplay, you would have no idea what it's about. So they did, have the whole like, here's what's happening. You got this dude. Find these things. Destroy these things. Kill this guy. He's coming after you. And you're like, oh, I know what this game would be now. That's kind of nice. I think that was a good presentation for that trailer. I didn't have any problem with like the way that it looked, really.
Yeah, it definitely looks less terrible than the original, I'd say that.
Oh, that's good.
I like the side-scrolling kind of like look of it, but the overworld. I mean, maybe they're going to change that a bit, but it just kind of looks. I had no interest looking at that map. Like I didn't want to click on anything, and then there's like the UI looked a little clunky, and I mean it's in the beta, so I guess you can't really make any judgments yet. But yeah. Yeah,
it's a really odd game. The whole concept of a lot of randomly generated Metroidvania stuff with an overworld map and resource gathering is potentially compelling, but I don't feel like the first game really pulled it off all that well. It was okay. There were some parts of it that I definitely liked and I thought worked reasonably well, but the whole thing just didn't really mesh together, and the graphic style makes literally no sense. Not to mention the plot's kind of weird because apparently there's some weird time dilation stuff and all sorts of weird stuff going on with the continuum, which just I don't know. But here's hoping that the second one is just a lot better in general. I don't mind it being an ugly game. That's kind of the least important thing for me. But I'll see what it's like. I'll check it out.
Oh man.
The overworld map is... I'll tell you this, it's a lot better than the originals was. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll actually throw you a link to this trailer. Skip to about 1:20, and you will see the overworld map, and then you will clearly see what I mean.
Oh, man.
You can also check out the graphic style, which is ill-conceived. Let's put it that way.
1:20. Oh.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was a map or like a really badly planned out level.
Yeah, exactly.
They showed as little of it as possible in the trailer. Like, all right, cut back.
Yep, just don't want to see any more of that. But yeah, it is co-op multiplayer as well. It does have the potential to actually be a seriously fun game. It's just we'll see how it turns out. I hope it doesn't suck. Well, there's no point in us taking a break because
but I have to pee.
Okay, we'll take a break then, even though there's no actual viewers on the stream. So we'll take a couple of minutes for that benefit, and then when we come back, we will cover it's probably very little. We'll maybe do one host topic, and then we'll show a few videos of the Game Station Network, and then we'll leave, and you want to leave, don't you? Okay, so bye. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Game Station Podcast. That was a totally legitimate break, honest. We definitely played music and ran ads, and everything was wonderful and totally normal. There's nothing going wrong whatsoever. Not a thing.
Yep. And I grabbed Jammy Dodgers.
Oh, fuck you. You Jammy Dodgers. How the hell do you have those things and I don't? I have like a birthright to them.
Because my name is
Her
Dodger,
name is Dodger.
and my British fans found out that I love them.
There isn't anyone that doesn't like them, to my knowledge.
Oh,
and
good.
if there is, I will hunt them, I will find them, and I will kill them.
Jammy Dodgers.
God damn it. I only have water and this smelly fish tank that I don't need to clean the top of.
I mean, you could drink out of that.
I wouldn't recommend it.
If you want.
If you have like a straw handy.
The water's pretty clean. The problem is, until very recently, I was feeding the fish these kind of dried shrimp flakes, and they have a tendency of getting soggy, then sticking to the side, and then rotting, and it smells terrible.
Flakes.
Yeah. So I have pellets now, which don't do that. So
Dried shrimp pellets? Just dried shrimp pellets?
yeah, I'm pretty sure they're dried shrimp. They're pieces of dried shrimp, freeze-dried, and fed to fish. What are they? Let's see. Oh, yes, there we go. Tetra Beta Plus floating mini pellets. There you go. And I'm pretty sure they're just...
that's what I used to use.
Yeah, they're just pieces of shrimp, I think, from what I can tell.
Okay.
Beta fish are the best.
Yes.
I always liked...
They can live in pretty much anything, assuming they're not in the same tank as other beta fish.
Exactly.
At which point they will kill each other.
And if they see a female... and it's a male, they'll start making bubble nests, and then the entire top of your tank will be covered in bubbles. It's so funny.
Apparently.
But you still can't let them be together because the male will just like
They'll just kill each other.
brutally be like, "Baby, I want you." She'll be like, So you don't want that either.
Baby, I want
But
you.
he will make bubble nests for her.
Baby, I want you.
The end. Beta fish.
Yeah, that was awkward. All right, let's move on, shall we? We can maybe fit in one host topic, and then we can run through some movies, some videos, some stuff from the game station itself. Has anyone got a topic that they have this burning desire to express to the world?
I have kind of a joke topic, so if somebody has a legitimate topic, that should.
Oh boy,
We
here
can
we
use-
go. A joke.
I think we're
Yes.
waiting for
That
the
was
joke.
made much better by the fucking still eyes of your character.
Oh boy, a joke.
That was pretty wonderful.
Oh.
Let's hear your topic, your wonderful topic.
Okay,
What you got?
so Valentine's Day is coming up,
Oh, Jesus.
and I want to know who would be your video game character Valentine.
Oh, easy. Easy. Oh, you want me to go first?
Yes.
My future, my one true love. She's mean and nasty and a total bitch. My future wife, Juri Han, from Street Fighter. I love her so much. She and I were like
Complete
this.
dick, you know that, right?
I know. That's why I love her. I don't know why. She and me, we're just two peas in a pod.
Together forever.
Yeah. I gotta say, I got a thing for her. I like her a lot. She might be the one video game character who's like, what is that?
She's
Me and her?
relentlessly evil. You know this, right?
Yes! That's why I like her even more.
She
The
is
fact that she's pure
quite
evil.
evil.
The fact that she's pure evil and just ruthless. I love her the most. Me and her, we're gonna... One day, should there ever be a holodeck, that is going down.
Oh my gosh, what happens on the holodeck stays on the holodeck, man.
Yes, it does.
I'm
but
letting
please
you know in
clean up
advance.
afterwards.
If we share a
sticky.
holodeck, I'm just gonna say we're gonna have rules.
Well, first off, it ain't gonna be shared. I'll be in there nonstop. That thing will never be off. I will never come out. That'll be my new real world. Because in the holodeck, it's always better than whatever it is in real life. Dude, one minute you're on a boat out in the ocean, the next minute you're in Street Fighter banging Juri Han. That's how that
Right.
works. Or you combine the two. In which
Remember
case,
that conversation
set
we were
sail,
having about
matey.
masochists? I think it's switched to Jesse.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I love that lady.
I
And
don't.
her.
Pass on the baton to you, Jesse.
Indeed.
Do well with it.
Thank you.
Isaac Clarke's relationship advice column is brought to you by... Oh,
Isaac
Jesus.
Clarke is the last person who should ever give relationship. That guy
Yeah,
has
pretty much.
ex-girlfriend drama constantly.
Oh
All
man.
right, TB, who's your date?
Jeez, I don't even know. Like,
Come
the
on.
ones that come up most obviously are like, this is gonna have a lot of problems later. It's like you can say Femme Shepherd, and it's like this girl is fucked up in the head. Like, Jesus Christ. It's like you can respect her intelligence and determination, but she's pretty screwed in the head. That's probably a bad idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, think of some generic, fairly harmless female video game character that isn't gonna screw you out of your money later in life.
There aren't any, so choose
There
one.
aren't any. Yeah.
So,
I
you're-
don't know. Triss
Femme
Merigold is a good bet. Think about that. You know,
yeah, she's quite the lady, but
great looker.
she's not.
Also
not pure
magical fucking powers. You know.
But she uses one spell and passes out. Like, oh, I guess it's probably good though. You wouldn't have to talk much.
Well, yeah, exactly. She's not going to be constantly yapping on about everything.
You'd
It's
be
like-
like, oh dear, the candle on our table blew out.
Yeah, can you just fix
She
that?
passes out.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
get to
well,
eat in
I'm
peace and quiet.
cool. I can go play Dota. Great. I'm a horrible person, but there you go. Yep. Yeah, let's go with that. That's probably the best option. I can't think of anyone better than that at this point.
I like it.
Criken, you're up.
All right. Well, I don't often think about, video game girls as viable options.
Go, really?
It could
God,
be
I
a boy.
hadn't noticed that you weren't 11 years old, but please
I
continue.
guess if I had to. I'll have a top three here. One of them,
Oh.
number one, would be
Uh-huh.
Zoe from Left 4 Dead, because
Nice.
she's always, determined. She's kind of like a sarcastic, funny, but also like awkward. I like her looks. I like her vibe. I think
Okay.
we get along.
All right.
Mhm.
Second would be the redhead from Bully. One of the girls you could woo.
Wow, we're going back. I
Give
need to look
her-
her up.
She's
Yeah, you
probably
just
like
give
about
her-
28 now, so that's appropriate.
Oh my gosh,
Well,
Well,
Bully!
the thing is, all
I
you
love
have to
that
do is just
game.
give her like a Valentine's like chocolates or something like that. She just make out with you on the spot, no matter what was going on in the situation. You could be walking to class, you could be late for class, you could be like skipping, in like the town nearby. She would just stop what she was doing to make out with you, and I think, that deserves Valentine.
Okay.
True.
And then last, I guess Harley Quinn, because I'm a huge fan of the Joker, and she's always been, but she's more like the mistress that I would have until she found out about the other woman, and then she would
Right.
kill me.
Yeah,
So,
she quite
I don't know,
literally would, and probably torture you
Yeah.
beforehand.
Oh. Okay.
So
wait.
the
I'd be
masochist
willing to go
baton
out
is
that
passing
way.
back to you right
Our
now. You
girlfriends
realize
can
this.
hang
Damn
out
it. Damn
together.
You can't get rid of it.
Best.
We know your
All right,
ways.
well, it's a cool way out, at least. It's a worthy, way out on Earth
Fair. I mean,
Okay.
if you're gonna die, I suppose that's not a terrible way to do
at
it.
the hands of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Wait, Criken. Now, with those three people, marry, sleep with, kill.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ah.
I would probably kill the bully girl because I have no respect for her. Well, if she stops in the middle of no
I mean,
place,
makeouts only
to
go
make
so
out with
far.
you.
I mean,
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
She's
Like,
really just
well,
a tease.
she has no mental like cognition. You walk up to her and she's like, okay, and she just throws herself on you.
Whoa!
So, yeah,
I know how you're gonna answer this because it's exactly how I'd answer it too. Prove me right. Go. I'm gonna zip my lip.
Mary
Actually,
Zoe.
hold on. I wanna write this to Dodger. So
Oh.
no, okay. Hold on.
he already
Well,
said
I
it. He already said the
I-
rest.
Damn it! All right, whatever. But is your
He was
reason
got his
for
little
why you
Chris
want to
Angel impression over there.
Well, because
Is
Zoe's
your-
stable at least, and I I could see myself getting along well with her. And
But is your reason
she-
for why you want
she's
to
strong.
bang?
She's confident. She can survive a zombie apocalypse. If anyone can survive
She's
a zombie
also
apocalypse,
probably got
we get along.
post-traumatic stress disorder. When
yeah,
you think
well,
about it.
no.
Yeah,
Think we-
yeah, but
But
pretty
Harley
okay.
Quinn, why you want to bang Harley is why? Prove me right.
because
Because
there's just something about she's
crazy girls
flexible.
always what are the best in bed. Grace, look, it's a proven fact. The crazier a girl is, the better in bed she is. That's
I
fact.
that's for that.
and
yes.
the harder she
I-
is to get rid of. Just throwing
Yes,
it out
that's-
there.
That's
Look,
why there's
Deal with
only
one thing at a time, okay?
yeah.
You can worry about that tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying.
All right.
I'll just-
good.
This right, this was
First
a
off,
stupid topic, but you're not
Right?
getting out of
I
it.
know.
So what's
I
your
gave you
answer?
guys a shot to do a.
Hey,
review
you're
for
not getting
Real
out of
Talk.
this. You got to
No,
answer it yourself
no.
as well. So
Oh,
get on
okay.
with it.
Oh,
What girl would you
Um,
date?
I would like totally date, Professor Layton.
Okay.
Why, 'cause
There it
he's
is.
something
Aren't you
stupid
bored?
Why?
Everyone's kinda like,
He's
oh.
like so smart. And we would go on like all sorts of adventure. I would obviously replace his sidekick. I could even like pull off the outfit, I'm fairly sure. And then we would like go on all sorts of adventures and solve all sorts of puzzles that have nothing to do with the adventure that's going on. It would be great.
My
Or
girlfriend's gonna
Poison
beat the
from
shit
Street
out of your
Fighter,
boyfriend.
who might be a lady but might be a man. So there we go.
All right,
There, I
so
gave you
Professor
two
Layton
sides of the
or a
spectrum.
cross-dressing potential
part of the-
hermaphrodite. Right, that
Yeah.
sounds pretty reasonable for
Yeah.
you.
Right? Yeah, I figure
It's actually
I'll
surprisingly
give
tame
I'll
for
give
you.
a
I'm
tame
really
one and I'll give
quite
you not so
shocked.
tame one.
Jesus. I said that's surprisingly tame for you. I'm pretty shocked by that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Indeed. All right, yeah, you're right. That was a stupid topic. Shall we
You're
round?
welcome.
No problem. I won't ever ask you again. All right, so just saying. You did that
Son
on
of a
purpose, didn't you?
bitch.
Fuck you. Anyway, all right, let's round up some videos from the game station, shall we? Who wants to go first? For God's sake.
Not it. I just did a topic.
Fine. You have an
I'll-
excuse.
I'll do one.
All right, what you got?
Dungeon Land review by Haas Gaming.
Yes,
It's a hasty review.
it is.
First off, clever name for someone that refers themselves as Haas Gaming. So that's points right off the bat. I watched the review. It seems pretty good. I was more. I'm interested in the game that he was playing too. I like the idea of like a dungeon master. I mean, a lot of games have kind of dabbled in that, but it's kind of an underused game mechanic. I feel because like I love the idea of having players and then another player that his sole purpose is just to screw with the players that are playing. Like I would cause that on my own. Like for example, I would go and like I remember I would play like Left 4 Dead, and I would when I first got PC, I would run around in spectating mode with the console open, and I would like spawn the different infected in different places. Like you know, like the game director is part of the game. Well, I was like trying that on my own, and it's so much fun. I don't know why more games don't do that, and every time that one does, I applaud it in my head. So I'd go check out that review, Dungeon Land review by Hosty Reviews. I think it's HAASTH22. So yeah.
That is correct. Let's have a quick look at it. I've got a little clip from that video.
Try not to cry as I kill you. I think I'll upload it to YouTube afterwards.
Do you like theme parks? Do you like killing heroes? Well, if you said yes to one of these, then Dungeon Land, a new cooperative action game from the Brazilian developer Critical Studio and published by Paradox Interactive, got you all covered. In Dungeon Land, you take on the role of either a hero and together with your allies, go out to gather more shiny coins. Or you take on the role of the Dungeon Master himself and make sure the silly heroes experience the deadliest ride of their lives. The recently released Dungeon Land holds a nice concept. But the question here, of course, is Dungeon Land worth playing?
I am the beer holder. Behold me with all your eyes.
Dungeon.
There you go. So yeah, just a little quick look of that. It's definitely worth having a look at that review. Now, we played that game, and we had a blast with it, but the one caveat that well, actually, it's two caveats. One, game was definitely buggy when we played it, and I don't know if that's been improved yet. And secondly, the game is very much something you have to play with friends, and playing on your own, you will not have any fun whatsoever. So that would be those would be my two caveats for that game.
I will say, though, that playing on your own, if you do play by yourself, playing as the Dungeon Maestro it's kind of fun. Playing as one of the guys... Yeah, where you face the AI who are trying to get through you.
The AI is pretty brain dead, though.
Right, but playing as one of the guys with the AI that's just there's not much fun there if you're doing it without friends.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I kind of like the idea of like being Dungeon Master though, and like asserting yourself over the computer and just kind of screwing them up as they're running along. So I could get into that, I bet.
Yeah, and what's cool is unlike really bad players, wink, wink, nod, nod, they usually get to the final level, so you can summon the really big monsters like I'm trying to think of what the squid guy I had was, but he was freaking awesome. Yeah.
The Criken, perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a Criken, I'm afraid. We should probably email them and get a Criken put in.
Yeah.
He bursts out of the ground. Oh, that'd be so cool.
It's doable.
More games need Krakens. Let's get on that. Or two.
More Krakens.
There needs to be like a giant bomb list of games that include Krakens. And I don't think there is one. So
that should be real.
It should. Let Google games that include Krakens.
It's just gonna be like Pirates of the Caribbean 2, the game.
There is Kraken Attack.
Does Google have that voice, Jesse? Is that Google's voice?
That's Google. Google is old and tired of our shit. I'm tired of looking up all your porn, kid.
There is actually Kraken appearances in popular culture includes a list of video games that the Kraken appears in, which include the original Final Fantasy, Earthbound, The Ocean Hunter, Age of Mythology, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, what the fuck, God of War 2, Tomb Raider Underworld, and Heroes of New Earth. And also appears in the lore of the game Kerbal Space Program. The Space Kraken.
Good.
Yes.
Wow. I missed that. That is a cool addition. Little Easter egg there.
Yep, apparently it was originally a design bug within the game. It's taken on a life of its own, and you can suffer the ill effects of the Space Kraken.
Word.
That's kind of cool.
There you go. Wikipedia once again provides in the land of completely worthless information.
What's Wikipedia's voice, Jesse?
Oh, thank you for using me!
And the masochist stick passes back to Jesse.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you for using me, Jesse Cox 2013. All right,
Yeah.
let's have a look at another video then. So, Jesse, you're up. What do you got for us?
So everyone knows Zeitgeist reviews. Everybody. And this one is a game we talked about earlier, Ni no Kuni, which is an amazing game that I have never played. And it's sitting here, and I want to play it now.
Yep.
Mostly because of this and what everyone has said. It apparently is terrific. And
Yeah,
so...
I'm mostly showing this to piss off that one guy in the chat that really hates Ni no Kuni and is like,
Oh, wow.
that game should, like, die in obscurity as quickly as possible. I'm sick of hearing about it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to play more Ni no Kuni footage for you.
I like it.
It's been a while now since I played a good, classic JRPG. With the large amount of shooters and action games released over the past few months, I haven't been able to get my fix. Unfortunately, when I first looked into Level 5 and Namco Bandai's latest JRPG, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, originally released in Japan on the Nintendo DS, I thought it looked kind of stupid. I'll tell you straight up, after playing through this, I couldn't have been more wrong. Some neat plot twists near the end really take it from what I originally thought was some kind of kids' fairy tale type of story into something pretty special.
Right, let's get going, shall we?
Huh? Hey, wait for me! So this is your world.
That's right. A whole nother world. Beautiful, innit?
There you go. That is Ni no Kuni. And it's pretty fantastic from what I've seen. There's an argument to be made that the English voice acting is worth listening to. But I have to admit that I started it on Japanese. Because I just feel like if you're going to play an RPG and it's a JRPG, chances are it's probably going to have better Japanese voice acting, and then it's just nicer to play with subtitles. Same with Fire Emblem. Because I don't know what it is, but people sound more badass in Japanese than they do in English. You try and sound badass in English, it's pretty difficult to do without being kind of gruff. Whereas in Japanese, you can say, oh, it's like, wow, that word had like 27 syllables in it. That's probably some
that
kind
must have been a real extreme thing.
Fuck. Yeah, that should have been something incantation or something. I don't know what's going on with this, but I like this guy. So
Yeah.
I'm playing it in Japanese, but the game is thus far pretty phenomenal, which is to be expected from Level 5, who are a great dev.
And Studio Ghibli. Both make good stuff.
Very, very true, yeah. So if you want to watch the full review and find out about that, you're generally pretty good about not showing spoilers, so you should be pretty safe with that. And it's honestly a good way to get an impression of what the game actually is before you decide to pick it up. Okay, Dodger, what do you have for us today?
Rinri Game, who I absolutely love. She hasn't been putting out videos super often, but she put out a new one that is the best wrong translations from NES and Super NES games. And it's awesome because she's very knowledgeable and she always puts a lot of work into her videos, so she kind of explains like how the wrong translations tend to happen. And I don't know, she's just got like an adorable voice and I love her videos, so I got really excited that there was a new one, and I think you guys should totally watch it because it's real cute.
Rinri!
Rinri!
Yeah.
She's
take
got a
look,
baby
shall we?
now.
Oh, Christ. Okay. Wait a minute, that's of no relevance to anything. Let's take a look.
Okay, this may come as a shock to you, but a lot of games originated from Japan. Nintendo, Sega, and Sony are all Japanese companies. Atari, that just sounds Japanese. Atari. Even though the Japanese seem to enjoy English in their games, they had to make their games playable for English-speaking people who don't like any Japanese in their games. Translators to the rescue! Aren't we lucky we had such competent translators? People made money off of games with lines like this. But really, Japanese and English are extremely different languages. If you don't know the ins and outs of both quite thoroughly, you can end up with all sorts of nonsense. On the planet Farmel, they had the glorious days for 2 centuries. Since the Stardate had established, they sailed all around the galaxy with new type spaceship called Lightship. But one day the peace was disturbed by a mysterious big fortress. It was living and was destroying all other civilizations. I could go on, but I think this backstory is breaking the English language. And the saddest part? This is the Japanese version of the game. So the Japanese were given a bunch of long misspelled English words used out of context, but they retranslated it for the North American release.
Oh my, yeah, those kind of videos are always great. I like anything that investigates really bad old stuff, so yeah, I'm all over that.
Yeah, it's cool because I think a lot of people tend to enjoy specializing in retro, but she loves like focusing on one aspect of retro games across the board and then compiling a bunch of information and making a video about it, and I really love it.
Very cool.
I remember watching Renri way back in the day. When and I'm glad she's starting to make videos again, because she disappeared for a long time. It was a sad moment. Because admittedly, that girl's voice is like sweet butter.
It's so adorable.
Like, why are you so cute? And now she has a little kid. That kid's gonna be twice as cute.
Yeah.
Stop reproducing. You're threatening the balance of the world.
Her baby's name is Harley Quinn. I know I've told you guys that before, but I still think it's so adorable. Good times.
So the final video we have for you today... Hush. The final video we have for you today is... Oh shit. Sorry, I just saw the best news of all time.
What?
They just released a total conversion for Killing Floor, which is Aliens. As
no way.
Yeah, I shit ye not. There is an Aliens conversion for... I've got to like end the show really early so I can download this right now because holy crap.
We have a link to that.
Yeah, man, I got links all up in this bitch.
Sorry,
I'm now a racist. Anyway, there you go. So yeah, please download that because holy shit, Killing Floor is great, and an Aliens mod. Well, I know what video I'm going to be making over the next couple of days. Anyway, all right, so you can't have it. All right, last video we're showing for you today is from Unit Lost, my British brethren. Since I just got my green card and now officially left the horrible islands, I will be promoting these guys more, most likely. It is of Anti-Chamber, because... Now, I'm not really much of a masochist, but I do like watching other people suffer, because I'm big into Schadenfreude. So, watching anyone play Anti-Chamber and get their mind completely fucked by this recent first-person puzzle release is definitely worthy of my time. So, let's take a look.
This is a rabbit, but it also could be a duck. What? How we perceive a problem can... Oh, right, so it was a lesson. It was teaching me a lesson, good lord. Okay. Okay, so obviously looking at that causes a problem. Yeah, we're through that. A few steps backwards may keep you moving forwards. Okay. Right, so it's literally just saying keep my... And... Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this. You kind of have to sort of forget you're playing an FPS game, which is kind of what it is, you know, like the way it's sort of presented, and imagine that everything can kind of change and things are not what they appear to be. So a window of opportunity can lead to new places if you're willing to take a closer look. Okay. Yeah, I think this is taking me back. Good lord. A window of...
Well, there you go. So, examples of complete confusion and so on and so forth with Anti-Chamber that is actually doing incredibly well on Steam right now. It's been number 1 or 2 in the top sellers for quite some time. It only just got knocked down because a bunch of stuff just went on sale, like Witcher 2, Street Fighter X Tekken, Alan Wake. So it's doing really well. And apparently he's extremely happy. I talked to the dev a couple of days ago. He's very, very happy with how many copies the game sold, so that's pretty cool. This guy worked on it for pretty much 2 or 3 years straight. He, I think, was the sole dev on it, maybe with a couple of little bits had changed, and some people may have been contracted in, but it was mostly him. And it is a first-person puzzle game that is designed to challenge conventions. It's basically you have to forget everything that you know about games in order to beat that game.
Yeah, I love the use of color and shapes. It's really creative.
It's extremely important as well because those colors and shapes are designed to show you things. Like a lot of the puzzles are related to, oh, this is a certain color, so this represents something else. So it's not just like, oh, we're going to be artsy. It's actually very much utilitarian. And it's definitely worth playing.
I think I played that game at GDC and met the dev, and he was just so nice.
Was
and
he wearing
so
his
excited.
pink suit?
Yes, he was wearing the pink suit.
There you go. Now you know who he is. Yeah, he's great. We did the walkthrough that was on my channel, which I think was great fun because it was essentially kind of a 20-minute exploration of game logic, and I thought it was a great video. And yeah, he wears a pink suit. He is really charming. He's very intelligent, and that game is pretty incredible. So
I was going to mention the suit, but then I was concerned that maybe I was confusing him with somebody else.
No,
I'm
you're
so
not
glad that I remember that
It's-
correctly.
Yep, he wears a pink suit at expos. It's a stylish pink suit. No one else could pull it off.
Just
But there you
so
go.
good.
Yeah. So that's Antichamber, and it's available on Steam for you right now. And that pretty much wraps us up for the show, actually. So, once again, apologies if you're picking up the rest of this VOD having lost the stream, then big apologies to you for that. I don't know what happened. We're trying to figure it out, and we can't. We don't know what happened. Like, according to this, we're still streaming, we're still on air, we're not dropping frames or anything, so it's very, very odd to see what's going on. It may have just been a Twitch failure, maybe one of the servers went down, I don't even know. But whatever the case, thanks for watching and being patient. We'd like to, of course, let you know about what's going on our channels this week. So, Criken, as the guest, why don't you start us off? What can we expect to see from you over the next week?
Well, I upload videos somewhat infrequently, but I always make sure the quality is pristine. This weekend, I've got my video on the ship coming out. It's part of my new series called Criken's Quickies. There should be, there's no, innuendo in that. I don't know if you're driving any, but
of course
it's,
not.
yeah.
I
so
am.
it's, all right, thanks, Jesse.
That's just
anyway, yeah,
fault.
check that out. It should be out this Saturday, I think. And yeah.
Cool. I want to play the ship again now. We should probably all
Yeah.
get together and play some ship. That could be a TGS thing. And then we can get accused by the developers of being paid to do it, because that's how people are. It's like, you are not allowed to enjoy video games with your friends. You must be paid. What?
I've given up that. I'm like, yeah, everyone's paying me. I am filthy rich now.
Exactly.
I live on a space station. I'm super rich.
I'm still on the houseboat just because I'm saving money
Yeah, that's understandable.
for college.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're like a stripper, kind of.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Oh.
Nice logic there, Jesse. Well done.
You agreed to that
Look,
pretty
that's-
fast.
That's the only connection I can make. I'm sorry. Who else
man.
saves for college?
Dojo, what's coming up with your channel this week?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do gaming news. The other days, I try to put up gameplay. This week, I've put up a Blood Bowl training video with Krender. It's not the entire game, but I'm
those
planning
games are
on.
pretty long.
Yeah, I'm planning on streaming some games possibly, but this one is just a cut together of all of the moments where we sounded the derpiest. So enjoy that. I might be putting another one of those up on Thursday, but there might be a new Sherlock. I don't know. And then on Dexterity Bonus, I do a daily vlog. Right now we're doing Caffeine Free Week, so if you want to join, you can. And if you've messed up, it's okay. Mistakes are fine. And on Sunday, I'm going to be putting up a new DIY. So that's everything.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Jesse, what can we expect from you this week?
Besides apologies to college students and strippers, I feel like just this, the usual, everything that I normally do. If you want me, you'll get me. If you don't, well then, tough tatas. Just doing my usual fun stuff. If you haven't already, I think the Injustice guys tweeted it. I did a video for the game Injustice. That's kind of cool. And it's just me as Bane, basically, doing my Bane voice. And they wanted that, so That's what they got.
And you were paid $5 million for it.
$5 billion. I was paid in kryptonite, is what I was paid in.
Okay.
Wow.
And yeah, so suck on that, internet. Come get me, Superman! I'm ready for you. That's it.
Okay. You should probably also mention that there will be a Blood Bowl video from you.
Yes, but I can't confirm. Oh, I guess it has to be this week, doesn't it? I can't confirm.
It kind of does, otherwise you default a loss. So you were made aware of this.
Sidestrafe and I have to get together at some point, but I don't know when that's going to be. So
yeah,
sometime this week.
Yeah, I think me and Dodger are playing our game on Sunday, but that probably means the video will either be up Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, what's coming up? Well, once again playing Blood Bowl against Dodger for my first match. I recorded a really stupidly lengthy neckbeardy conversation about Blood Bowl with a guy called Knorr. He has been doing Blood Bowl forever on YouTube. And he's a frequent member of the Something. He's actually one of the oldest accounts on SA. He's been on SA for 13 fucking years. He has a 2000 account. That's like gold dust. So he's been around for a long time. But he's done a lot of LPs on the Something Awful Let's Play forum, so he knows his shit, and he does a lot of Blood Bowl gameplay. And I asked him over Twitter, do you want to come and do an analysis of our league? And he's like, yeah, sure. So we sat down for an hour, went through every team, talked about strategies for every team, talked about basically how every team should approach their first league match and what strategies they should use and what kind of development they should be looking to do. It's in-depth. It's nerdy as shit. You might hate it. But if you go into the video knowing it's going to be an hour of neckbeardy talk about Blood Bowl, then you'll probably enjoy it. So I've got that. That's probably going up tomorrow. It's all finished and ready to go. By tomorrow, of course, I mean like 2 days ago if you happen to be watching the VOD. Which, of course, you are because we're currently not streaming. So, yeah. It was... I traveled back in time to give you this video. An hour of nerdy stats bullshit. What else? I just got my Dead Space 3 video out, so that's all kind of up and done with. There's still plenty of games coming out that I need to cover. Special Forces Team X, probably hit that. Obviously, Crisis 3 is coming out quite soon, but not quite yet. I'm still looking to do a Murder City of Gangsters. And Retrovirus as well came out, which is a game that I did an alpha video on for their Kickstarter. And hopefully looking to sit down with Dungeon Land, actually figure out whether or not the release version's any good from a player perspective. Video on Ace Combat Assault Horizon Enhanced Edition is coming as well. I have mixed feelings on that one, and I'm still looking to do a video on Strike Suit Zero. Aside from that, I do have, I think, 2 more Dota videos. I've got one of me playing Rubik, who is a hero who specializes in stealing other people's skills, which has predictably hilarious results. And I also have a video of me going all beast mode with Lena, which is pretty good considering the last game I did with Lena was terrible. So that's nice. Aside from that, my regular content, of course, Content Patch 5 days a week, gaming news and comment, which has been getting particularly militant lately, which I very much like. It's always nice when I get to go on a militant spree against stupid stuff, so yeah, I can definitely have more of that. And I think that pretty much is everything. This month is mostly free. Although, what I will say is that after this show, in a couple of hours' time, I'm going to be getting online with the devs and some of my staff to go and play Neverwinter, which is the forthcoming MMO from Perfect World and Cryptic. It is, of course, using the Dungeons & Dragons license, and we'll be actually doing a dungeon run for what I don't think a lot of this footage has really been shown on this game yet, so this is kind of going to be a big deal. So I'm looking forward to giving that a shot and seeing if that's any good. Hopefully it won't suck. We'll see. And I think that's pretty much it. That pretty much covers everything for the most part. There'll probably be some other stuff that pops up at random, as tends to happen. But once again, thank you very much for watching the Game Station podcast. Remember, of course, that you can check us all out on Twitter. This is my less ragey Twitter. My other one is TotalBiscuit. Dex Bonus for Dodger. OMFG Carter or Jesse Cox for Jesse, as well as Crickmaster for Criken. Can go check him out there and follow him on Twitter. Always good. Our channel names are in the description below. You can see them right here. And of course, those wondering about Criken's face, and I believe you are planning on unveiling it at some point, are you not?
Yes.
No,
actually,
don't do
I have religiously kept my identity a secret over the last, I think, 4 years of my channel. And
oh wow!
But that's all ending now this March at PAX East, because as I'm actually in high school at the moment. I'm turning 19 in 1 month, and I'm planning to go to college. And I realized that once I go to college, I'm probably gonna be doing a lot more live events and more interaction with the public than I have been doing in the past. So I know keeping my anonymity is kind of not possible. So I've decided that at PAX East Boston, March 20th, or what is it, 23rd? I think is when it starts.
Yep, we'll all be there.
Yeah, so I will be there as well. I will be tweeting live, where I am. Where you guys can come out and meet me. Yeah, so it should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure what I think about it yet. So
well, we are
Be
doing a
strong.
live Game Station podcast panel from there. We have an
come on
entire
the panel.
hall with an entire audience. If you want to do an unveiling there, then that's up to you.
that would be fun. Yeah, I'd like to attend that.
Yeah.
Can you wear like a bag over your head and then we pull off the bag?
Can you wear
Yeah,
a mask
we're,
of your current avatar?
Oh God! If someone could, all right, anyone that's in like plastics, can you make me a mask? Yeah.
Anyone who's really into plastics?
You're into plastic.
I would love a mask of Miguel. Yes, but yeah, I have not decided how exactly I'm going to do the big reveal. But if you have any ideas, let me know. We'll see. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Let's do that. That sounds fun. You can also, of course, check out the Game Station channel, which you are currently watching this podcast on. There's a little bit of stuff there. There's a Resident Evil quiz, I believe. Resident Evil 4, I think, specifically. And there's new lore episodes, Max Payne lore, as well as I think there's a Fast Facts on Assassin's Creed available over on youtube.com/lore. So it's definitely worth having a look at.
There's a little creepy me in an assassin's outfit in Assassin's Creed Fast Facts. Fast Facts.
Fast Facts,
good.
indeed.
Yes, thing you've ever made.
Fast Facts. You get it 20% faster than other fax machines. It's great.
True.
It's just truly wonderful.
Hey, I got an email from my mom and it says, "Congrats to John on getting his green card."
Aww.
Your mom's cool.
Aw, Mom.
Much
Jesse
cooler than
isn't.
me. Yeah, I was about to say much cooler than me.
Screw you. All right. It is getting dark. I may fall into a precipice or be eaten by a grue, so it's perhaps time for us to leave the show. Thank you very much for watching, as always. Thank you for putting up with the technical bullshit. My name has been TotalBiscuit. I've been joined by Dodger, Jesse Cox, and the mighty Criken. Check us out on YouTube, please, because we need you to watch our videos. Otherwise, we can't pay rent, and that would suck. So, yeah, rent on a houseboat, surprisingly expensive.
It's very expensive.
Indeed.
You guys don't understand.
We're done. Thank you very much, guys. Good night. Good night.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Goodbye.